once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it is a Saturday, right? I wasn't really scheduled or foretelling a Saturday stream yet. Here I am, it seems. You know, the topic today, why not? It is something I asked a little bit yesterday in the stream. Why not? Crystal Shaman, Austin Murphy, Trexty, to Ducks Y, all of you who have been here. Oh, praise be. Even you, Browns boy. Even you, Browns boy. Praise be for you and all that may be. I tuned in to our buddy Paul. And I don't mean to run same time as him. Matter of fact, for those who love me, I encourage you, do what you want, tune back in and speed me up. I'm probably more fun when you listen to me sped up because I tend to talk pretty slow, but some of the guests I've been seeing, man, my goal is to slow them down with me because praise be, man. Oh, there's a lot in my heart that I hope to talk about today. Kind of dealing with the thumbnail and the news I woke up on. Apparently, the U.S. joining with Israel to take out Iran, right? And here, in the back, the reminder of a bunch of Talcottisms, man. Actually, no, it's nothing to do with me. It's just things that have helped me. Praise God. Live without fear. Peace for everyone. Choose love. End wars. Love is the answer. I tell you what, baby. Holy cows. Life can be good if we allow it to be good, right? Hey, Chatter King, I think you know by this. Sometimes if you slow down, you'll get there faster. And yeah, there's more crimes against humanity going on. We can do better than this. We can do much better than this. I know this. The reality is every one of us are in this lifetime together. Woke up today and apparently it's real. Human lives are affected through the choices that each of us choose and do not choose each day. All of us create the world we're living in little and big parts, right? We're all in this together. Conflicts end through a willingness and a cooperation. And I tell you what, a path of heaven is waiting. A path of heaven is waiting to be shared with all of us. I feel this in my being. We don't have to live in a world where people get paid to fight, to manipulate, to control, to exploit, to extort, to traffic. We don't have to live in a world where people have to pay to live. We really don't. Hey, much love to all of you. Yeah, share the love, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Just because I know that's a big part of me. And the funny thing is, I've noticed and appearances are not always the same. I started this thought, right? I truly, truly do appreciate everyone who does join me in the live experience with me. But I'm not competing with anyone. And I noticed there's other characters like me on YouTube. And they always want to compete and fight and argue. And I know I look like that. I'm doing kind of the same thing they do, and it kind of turns out the same way as them a lot of the time. But trying to be something different, something a little bit greater, something a little bit newer, you know, not to put anything down upon the folks who have been wanting to compete with me. Well, I'll just give them a little shout out. I tuned in, at least in the chat, and I do give a shout out for my brother. Mr. Proper Instruction Motivates People is streaming. A shout out to him and those who want to join in. Please do, man. I'm all about cross promotion. But then I saw that in addition, it's been happening more. This our friend young Jeremy Peterson. Coincidentally, maybe it was my doing, maybe completely inadvertent, but he seems to have been wanting to compete about me as well recently. So there's his link too. I'm all about resolving conflicts. I really am. Blessings, man. Thank you. There's not a lot like me. I realize that. I had to finally accept that about me. I'm a little bit different, but so are you. All of us are. That's what I realized. I just I've just learned different things. It's all any of us are is we've learned different things. That's why we're different. We feel different. We see different, perceive different. It's perfect. What I've been learning though, selfishness and greed. Those will steal away love and peace. Selfishness and greed will it will destroy and steal your love and your peace. And it comes in many forms though, this selfishness, this greed, because we've got a society where it enables the selfish and the greedy. You ever notice that? There's got to be a quality of selfishness and greed for someone to be in the billionaire Epstein racket. And yet the only way that racket can continue is if people just, go along to get along, right? They don't talk because of the social consequences. What the hell have we created in this world of ours? This world of ours where anything is possible, especially when we unite together, everything becomes possible. So let's unite together with this belief that the end of wars is here, right? Donald Trump and these other folks are all kind of confused. I shared a post earlier today of an expose by Double Down News. And I think I've got the link in the description by a guy I admire. And, if we need to, we can play it. If you want to, we can. I do highly encourage people to check it out regardless. Because basically what the evidence seems to show, without digging in too deep or getting caught up on this or that, right? You know what? He explains it pretty easily here in just a couple of minutes, I think. If I remember right, I did get him set up right there. So let's see.
Will alienate US allies in the region because
He's talking about the aggression there in Iran and what will happen in the area.
Because they are first in the line of fire. And of course,
he was referring to Turkey. That's what it was. Turkey is preparing itself for the worst already.
Of course, as Iran has demonstrated, it can respond from 1,000 miles away with surface-to-air ballistic missiles that will strike all US bases in the region. The Strait of Hormuz will be closed. US oil platforms will be destroyed. Do you think the economy of the United States can survive a war with Iran? This is why war in Iran will be far harder than they thought it would. You have to remember that Iran has deep connections to both China and Russia. There is Russian military present in Iran, and they have the strategic, comprehensive partnership with China, with a plan of tens of billions being directly invested into the Iranian economy by China across the coming decade. Will China and Russia allow Iran to fall? That is the question here. It is easily foreseeable that this war could spiral out of the control of Western powers, and that we could be on the precipice of World War III. And so, let me reiterate and ask you again, are you really willing to die for the pedophile president captured by Epstein's Israel? Ultimately, powerful forces are at perpetual war. And in order for that to happen, there has to be perpetual war against your critical thinking. Double Down News is a key way to fight back. So please do what you can to support Double Down News.
Yeah, the repercussions of these things, and I don't know if it's propaganda. I don't know what is and is not propaganda, but I've also seen footage that apparently one of the strikes was to a school. Between 20 and 60 children may have been hurt in the strikes from the U.S. You know, and a lot of the unrest in Iran is a direct result of these stupid taxations, right? The sanctions that Donny Boy is so proud of. What we've been seeing, if you've been paying attention, the civil unrest in Iran, it's exactly what tariffs and taxation is for. It's to cause so much unrest that the people will overturn the people in charge. But it's the U.S. involvement that's behind much of the world conflict, much of the world wars. And I tell you what, there is so much evidence. There's so much evidence in that video I got in the description. This one from Double Down News and Loki. There's so much connection between Donald Trump, Epstein, the Mossad agencies, the Israeli state. The empire of America is looking pretty foolish, in my opinions, right now. But there's real human suffering that's happening here on Earth. Let's join together and do what's right, right? Faith in God, that God sent us here for a reason, and maybe that reason is to bring peace to the world. So why not? Hello, that's the live stream title today, baby. Why not, in regards to resolving conflicts, finding peace, right? Bringing heaven to the world. Good one. He's another interesting one. I tried talking to him, but I don't think we got very far. Kind of like I tried talking to Goblin too. Our nation needs to divorce its relationship with them. The world, a better path is unification. we overcome this us and them when we recognize that those children suffering in Gaza, in Ukraine, in Sudan, um, in Iran, those children are God's children. They're brothers and sisters to you and me. They're children of life and humanity. How dare we? What are we being a part of here in America, right? What are you proud to be? Whether you like it or not, even if you hide off in the woods under the state of the state, there's a lot of benefits to where we live. America, golly geez, man, the land is gorgeous. The rivers, the lakes, the deserts, the mountains, just amazing, right? There's a lot of places I haven't seen yet, but I do hope to. God, there's the question, my brother. How do we stop the government from murdering kids every day? That is, we answer that and we end the wars, because that's what wars are, is legal murder. Sick and twisted. The result of the sick and twisted legal murder of war is poverty, economic poverty, because only the oppressed would send their children off to do horrible things to other people's children. No sane and conscious tribe of people would think that's wise. We would stop putting fools and idiots into positions that can generate wars instead of finding peace, sharing peace, growing peace here on earth. Brothers and sisters, man, I am fired up today. I am. Because how do we stop the government from murdering kids every day? We recognize that the government we have is a direct result of the people's involvement. And if we don't like what we see in the government, it's time for the people to get involved. People like you, people like me. I'm working my way in. I'm going to find a way to get my voice heard at the table there with Congress and the executive branch. Hell, I'd love to have the Supreme Court, right? The judicial branch there as well. I want all of the United States, those who are serving in government, I want to help them realize that they are in those positions to serve freedom, peace, health, righteousness, right? The truth. They're there to live, to serve what is right, not the government. The government is not always right. Authority is not always right. The past is not always right. You're not always right. No one's always right except God. For God is the truth. And the truth is always the right path for you, for me, for everyone. What I'm standing on, brothers and sisters, with my path, my purpose, the Veterans for Peace, the idea of ending wars, to live without fear. I'm talking about ending legal secrets and secrecy. Let's stop allowing clowns in suits and costumes to tell people lies. We can end this profit from prison society. We have built around ourselves a society that literally makes profits from imprisoning people like you and me, taking them away from their children, their mothers, their fathers, breaking up families so that people can get profits and we can offer the illusions of safety and fairness. It's all bullshit. Let's stop lying to ourselves, man, here on earth. I'm fired up today because when I awoke and I saw what happened, thinking of the consequences, what's going on here? There's been an amassing of U.S. forces, all the boats and such getting surrounding Iran. It's been happening for a little bit now. They weren't kidding when they created that Department of War. The truth is fucking obvious, people. What are we going to do? Are we just going to pretend like there's nothing we can do and someone else will do it? No, we're here to do it. Join me. Join me in my path and purpose of getting the attention of, I don't know, those who believe in serving government more than freedom. Who do you serve? All of us should be asking ourselves that question. Who are you serving with your life? We got a lot of pretend rules that everybody thinks are so important. You got to follow that schedule and this schedule and follow that rule and this procedure and that outline and pay this fee and file this and call that number and what? What? But what if I just want to be, man? Be like me. Just allow yourself to be. Don't get caught up in all the friggin' hang-ups and things that people make up for you. But hey, I should do this more often, right? Just so I know there's been new folks joining and I want to make sure there's no confusions for sure. So, for the purposes of full disclosure, admission, caution, and confession, please recognize that Jack Talcott is not licensed, accredited, associated, nor representing any specific religion, faith, group, organization, or anything or anyone beyond himself. According to some, so far, one may wish to investigate his reputation carefully before listening, but if you're here, please enjoy and have fun while we're here together. And thank you for being here with me. Please feel free to ask whatever you may want, and I'll probably do the same thing because I don't mind asking questions either. Oh, yeah. And if you haven't subscribed and liked, please do so. And thank you. Thank you sincerely for being here. And once again, if you're one of the later ones, right, you catch up later, do yourself a favor and speed me up. Faster is easier with me. I know it. Today, I've been giving a lot of thought to these ideas of why. I align myself. When I found Veterans for Peace, I grabbed their purpose and I said, yes, that's my purpose. And then I paid them a fee for a lifetime membership, as I understood. When I get more money again, I'll kick more money to them. I haven't been, I'm not actually on anyone's rosters anymore. I'm literally all on my own. And here's another man who is much like me, though he disagrees with that. But he is a man like me out on his own. Welcome back, Tommy.
Fucking liar. So
Which
I just
part?
wanted to see if it was live. Is this live?
It is.
Oh, okay, because I thought maybe you were running the old shit where you say, hey, maybe just watch me and speed me back up some more tolerable. It's not your slow pace that makes you insufferable. It's the act of being old enough to have a big gray beard. You're an absolute nitwit. And
But
I'm
I'm
nothing like you because I'm not alone. You are alone. And I talked to Chris Kringle about his recent near-death experience. It's going to be a lot like yours, and I hope I can save him.
please, that's right. I know there was a near death scare, and I don't know all the details, though. anything you're willing or want to share?
Oh, very much, because it's the last chance to get your dumb ass to listen to how wrong you are, especially with your stupid fucking thumbnail. You deny the one true God, and I can't save you, but I can save the stupid people that keep listening to you. And yesterday was an absolute travesty, Jack. That AI thing is, yes, us watching the AI video is in the past. That's still you. And if you don't have the awareness to fucking come accountable with who the fuck you are, you're helpless. But the first time Kris Kringle died with another psycho homeless man cutting his throat, I think he was just on the hospital's drugs when he had this miraculous dream of Jesus beckoning him up to the book of life, and his finger scrolled down the book, and he looked up at Kris and he shook his finger no as he was sucked back to the table with the paddles busting him out of the whatever. I think that was just the drugs. Because this time, whenever he had a heart attack and they had to do triple bypass on him, he said it felt like darkness and he was running and trying to get away from something. And that's you. Because you're not a Christian, Jack. I'm sick of your bullshit games in front of your daddy, and I don't want you leading people to hell. Now, whenever you're ready to be a man and talk that real shit and be accountable, not share comments, not say so you say, not say that's you, I might not be willing to talk to you still.
For those who don't know, Kris Kringle is, as I understand, a friend or acquaintance of Lumitami. I don't know the details. He says a lot of things, and it's not always easiest to follow him. And yeah, it is kind of intended to be. We can have fun, but truly the intention of this topic. I was thinking about this. There are a lot of channels, a lot of people alive. People love to report on problems. And then maybe sometimes we gather together and we review them as a gossip session, maybe. But resolving conflicts, that's what we can do better, right? We can all do better about resolving the conflicts within ourselves so that we can help resolve the conflicts around us. The things that are happening in the world, throughout the world, it's all happening for specific reasons. Many of the reasons were chosen, many of the reasons were planned out. Not every reason is for the best benefit of you and I. I mean, there's people that think we would be better off here on Earth with fewer people, right? A reduction in population is some people's idea of solutions. I used to think like that myself. I had a lot of, this human life we live in, man, this life is something else. It truly is a trip. We don't just have to report on conflicts. We don't just have to gossip about them. We can ask ourselves, what is being shown? Why is this in existence? What's beyond the symptom? That's something I was considering recently. Our emotions, our reactions, these things are symptoms of many things, but they are symptoms. They're not problems. Many times what we call problems are not problems, they're symptoms. And once you get beyond the symptom into the solution, well, you have no more problems. You have no more symptoms. But we literally have a health miscare society and a miseducation society and a criminal legal system that all these things good-hearted people are just going along with, like the governments. all these people in Congress going with the gavel, and they're all important in their suits, and they look foolish in the face of what's happening. What's happening here on earth truly is, it can be scary or it can be glorious. Which side are you on? Are you on the side of the conflicts? Or are you on the side of the solutions? Geopolitical Masonic sorcery theater could very well be accurate. There is evil amongst us in this realm, in this world. It does occupy space and time with us. And the evil that is in this realm, in this world, it's been perpetrated and lived out, and it's been coming to light, right? Because the truth has a power. It stands on its own. The truth will prevail. There's a lot of people feeling and have been playing the roles of victim, right? There's people who've suffered through some horrible crap in this lifetime, in this timeline that all of us are sharing. I've heard a lot of stories. I've paid attention. There have been a lot of victims of a lot of unfair, unright things in this lifetime. And yet, there's a reason for it all. And we can argue about words, and we can argue about reasons, but what it comes down to is, what are we going to do with this life we've been given? This one life we get to experience in the here and now, given by God, a mystery that we can only really just wonder about and experience, because every moment you experience the truth, like it or not, that's from God for you to experience you. That's the only way you can know you, is for you to experience what's true. So be with what's true. And what's true is what's happening here on earth doesn't have to continue that way. Are you willing to change? Are you willing to change everything about you so that the world can become better? And what if changing everything about you leads to a better life for you, right? Change doesn't mean losing everyone or everything. A lot of times change means bringing it along. Have fun with the change. Enjoy the life you've been given each day, because it's rare. If these reports are right about what I heard with Iran, they've been facing all these sanctions and poverty. Poverty drives people to anger and protest and unrest. So that nation has been filled with poverty. And if it's true that there was young children taken out, an elementary type school, maybe I'm falling for misinformation, but if that's true, that'll unite a nation, right? Some foreign nation comes in and bombs your school, takes out children of your homeland. Ooh, imagine if that happened here in the US. How many of us would be grabbing our arms, right? The ones we're so proud of, taking them out of the shelf so that we can, I don't know, go to war. We have another co-creator. It looks like on the road and traveling again, but welcome back, Mr.
The audio is probably going to be bad, man. I'm sorry. I won't stay long, but I wanted to say I was just jamming out to the new song.
I'm glad, dude. It's
Banger, dude.
they were both good. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. Tell Tommy to take a chill pill. Sorry, maybe I'll start to speak his language. Tell Tommy that he needs to take a chill pill. Not relax, man. There's just too much war going on right now. So
You know what? That is it too, Landry. What I had to learn for myself and what I see could be very beneficial for many others, especially like Tommy and Snafu. I had to learn how to relax, how to just be at peace with what I saw, what I thought, what I heard, and just let it be. Because when you stop and do that, you realize there's nothing else I can do but that.
a fun experiment I think would be to do, because everyone always wants to hold everyone else accountable. I'm very guilty of this myself. I'm always trying to say, this guy's doing this and that. I get it. But we should all bring our own worst attribute and just lay it out there for the open to see, hey, I think that I do blank. So now that I've said that, I can criticize you. That makes it a little bit more fair. Let's hear what our own darkest things are. So, Tommy, you come next time. Tell us what the worst part about you is, and then you can criticize us. Sound good?
That would be a great idea. And I've tried subtly. I've done a poor job. I could have done a lot better job of inviting him with what hopes and expectations. Tommy has a habit of not cooperating with me. It's probably how I speak or something.
It's not you, it's everyone, right? Isn't it just like I mean, I guess his buddies are, when they hang out to, sit by the campfire and react to the jack stream, that's a little different. But, man, I'm not going to be invited to those campfires anymore after this, I think. Oops. Oh, well.
Well, the thing is, I am anticipating an incredible launch, something from Jack, this position, right? You're rocking out with music. I didn't even really tease it at all, but for those who are tuned in and listening, paying attention, keep doing so. Pay attention and tuning in because there's some cool things coming together, right? A lot more fun. I actually feel safer with him not streaming with me as he's traveling. So, Landry, thank you for checking in. Please travel safely and meet the destination for sure. Oh, and wonderful. I saw he was elsewhere and now he's here. So, let's welcome back our friend Zilzone.
Yo, what's up, suckers? How you doing today on Saturday? Jack, you're muted.
Yes, I had a noisy deer
Yeah.
traveling by.
How you doing, man? How's it going?
I might be wrong, but I am quite confident that God is using us. We will be witnessing and experiencing a new kingdom here on earth. Same earth, different ways of being.
Well, how do you know that, Jack? Did God tell you?
It's my interpretations of what I have seen and heard.
Is
That's
that
why I
based on
said
prophecies in the Bible and stuff? Is that what you mean? Is this part of your
partially.
interpretations of the scriptures?
Partially, however, with a very different interpretation than many others.
Because you're not a Christian, right?
I'm not dogmatic. I'm not limiting myself by any specific identification. I've got qualities and traits of many different things.
Okay, so you're not a Christian. I understand that. Just making it clear to your audience, Jack is not a Christian, everybody. You don't have to hate him for it. I don't hate Muslims or people of other religions. I don't hate atheists, okay? Just making it clear, Jack is not a Christian, right?
Sure.
Okay. All right, next topic, Jack. What are we gonna do to end this freaking war, dude? Come on.
You want the simple answer or the more detailed?
Whatever you're feeling, man.
The simple answer of how do we do and what do we do to end the war? We unite together to honor and celebrate the sacrifices of Jesus together. We follow the way of Jesus. That'll do it.
Okay, we follow the way of Jesus without being Christians, right? But
Sure.
Christian means little Christ. That term was coined in Antioch.
That's
Um,
okay.
so you want the accolades and moral framework of Christianity without leaning into the full faith, right?
I don't think that's a fair representation of me or what
Maybe
I'm saying.
not. It could, maybe not. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because have you not to go to it because I know there's distortions and there's propaganda and stuff, but have you watched the series The Chosen?
I've seen some of it, yeah.
There was a part near or at the Last Supper where Jesus said, and I don't remember this being in the Bible, but Jesus said something about the law of love had been around before, long before him.
Okay. Did it say that? Okay.
I don't remember it in the Bible, to be honest.
Did Jesus say the law of love was there even before him? Let's see. Okay. Yeah. In Matthew, he identified it as the foundation of the Old Testament in Matthew 22:37 through 40. And he cited Deuteronomy and Leviticus, looks like. So yeah, Jesus has been consistent about representing the law. He came to fulfill the old law and
Yeah.
bring it to completion in the new covenant. But this is Christian stuff, and I know you're not a Christian. So, anyways,
But sorry to interrupt, but consider the logic, just following the logic of it, right? He was the perfect example, the perfect fruit given to mankind, right? And just like nature, one fruit, given the right conditions, from it will emerge just an abundance.
yeah,
I think,
I think you subscribe to the moral framework of Christianity, and I gotta respect that because I do. I think it's a good moral framework. Because our morals need a foundation, in my opinion. And atheists who say you can still be moral while being an unbeliever, I think so, but according to what standard is the question. Anyways, this conversation doesn't seem to be interesting anybody, so we can move it on. Do you want to talk about ending this war, Jack?
yeah,
All right, what are we gonna do?
conscious people unite together to awaken the lesser conscious.
Well, Jack, you have to convince corrupt people to stop being corrupt. How can we? You
That's
really
it.
gotta be convincing. You have to make people change who don't want to
Yeah.
change.
This is the brilliant key. God gives everyone the individual option to some degree. It's also karma and many other things. But the corrupted minds, that's what I'm talking about. They're living at a subconscious level. They're operating based on fear and traditions and rules. They don't know what they're doing. They've given their power away. So I'm suggesting conscious people talk to the corrupted, subconscious people to help ease the burdens of everybody involved.
So speaking truth that people will hear it in hopes that people will receive it, right?
That's some of
And
it.
you're saying speak to the subconscious. I think truth speaks to the subconscious. When people hear truth, they know it, they recognize it.
Yeah.
So, because the outer consciousness of these Epstein class elites is they're corrupt.
Yes.
They're corrupt
Yeah.
and at such a high level of corruption that I think they're reprobate, debased minds. God may have given them over to their evil. What do you think on that?
Probably and possibly. However, God has given us more power than we realize, especially when we unite together.
Okay. Oh, all right, Lee. What are we gonna do, Jack? We need some direction. Peace Squad needs some direction, man. What are we gonna do?
Well, I've had the suggestion that I may be not so much qualified, but my life may have prepared me for this idea. Help me get the attention of other people, and then we can get in front of Trump and Congress and Hegseth and all the other diplomats. And then we can get in front of, Netanyahu and Putin and Zelensky and all the others involved, right? All the leadership. We can get the leaders to the table, get the order of stand down, right, to the obedient, have them stand down. They're not losing, they're not giving up anything. They're just going to be until we figure this shit out. Sound good?
It sounds good, Jack.
I know.
Is it based in reality though, Jack?
If God allows it, it shall be real. If we don't try for it, how would we even know? I want to try. Join me. Let's find a way,
Well,
sincerely.
okay. We all know it's very ambitious. The world stand down. So you're going to have all the militaries in the world stand down, Jack, and you're going to do it by changing the way they think. But these are reprobate mind-based people. They're evil. How are you going to change their minds?
God. Should God create
God will change their minds.
I will only be able to speak with those who God allows me to find, right? And
So you
even
just
those
have,
who what's that?
so you just have great faith in the mission. That's all, right?
Yes, I have faith in I have faith in the idea that the ideas I'm pursuing are from God, that they may be God's plans for me as a human, as a man, right?
Okay. When did that happen, Jack? So you believe you have received divine instruction for this mission, and this is part of your ministry from God? Is that it?
No divine instruction, but it's just logical and it makes sense. My life, there's so many patterns in my life that brought me to this path of trying to be a life coach and trying to be a public speaker.
You were
Before,
union president too.
thank you. Before that, I was a union guy, a labor guy. I was an activist, right? So the whole time, my path has been the idea of helping other people so that the world becomes a better place.
And that heart of you is a part I really like about you, Jack, because I have a big heart for people. I care about people, and that's why I'm not with this MAGA stuff, and I'm very saddened by Christians and all that, the hatred. So yeah, no, I'm for that, Jack. It's just the ambition of changing the minds of all these evil people. I'm not sure how based in reality that is.
I can understand that. But you know what? I've heard your care. I've witnessed a strength in you, even behind the distortions.
Mm-hmm.
You shine pretty well, my friend, and I
Oh,
appreciate
thank you,
you.
Jack. All right,
Hot Fish
you want to talk to
said
someone else?
no one else is here, man. You're welcome to hang out
All right.
or do whatever you want. It's up to you. I may flow for a bit. I may let it go. I may, let's see what I'm missing here. It is confirmed the IRGC missile hit their own school. Sometimes you just have to wait on confirmation and not be so reactive. Precision and accuracy are key in strikes and information. Agreed.
Yeah, it's often after major news events that people start making assumptions and run with narratives. Like that helicopter crash, MAGA was like, it was a trans pilot, but no, it was a white pilot. Or non-trans white pilot. They're like,
Right.
it's a black pilot, it's a trans pilot. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, this world of blame that people have become so accustomed to. Regardless of who's responsible, if it's true that children were lost due to conflicts, I feel for those parents, the families, the siblings. I feel for everyone involved. We live in a world that's so disconnected from that, though. Sorry, Zill, if you've got something, please.
No, keep going. You're flowing.
I hadn't realized how disconnected I had become, right? In my pattern of living as an alcoholic. I was living subconsciously through this fog and veil of whatever. I actually think that's what's happening with a lot of these politicians. Politicians are workers, right? They go through the motions. They're carrying the burdens of bills and debts and all these reputations and stuff. They're confused, just like I used to be confused. But Zill, something happened with me. Something supernatural. I've been trying to find a witness, honestly. I've been trying to find witnesses to see what's happening with me. That's why I've got a YouTube channel, man.
I see, Jack. No, I see. And you are a social activist type, and I respect you for that. I watched your Don Lemon interview earlier today.
Thank you.
I didn't see you get tackled by a cop. I'm still looking for that one. Did that happen?
You know, it's here, I tell you what, yes, it did happen.
Oh, damn.
And I'm pretty sure if someone has it, it's probably Talcott Shorts. Posted this recently, the little reminder. Remember when Jack kicked Rachel Wilson from his stream, not knowing who she was? I did know who she was, and I kicked her from my stream.
Stand on it, Jack. Stand on it, sucker.
And there she is on Joe Rogan, where I would love to be. And so here, I'll drop it in the public and private chat. There's a link to that post, but Talcott Shorts has some good stuff as well. Let's see if the tackle thing is there.
So yeah, Talcott, I see you out there doing social activism stuff. I gotta respect that, even if I don't agree with your religion. You know.
Thank you. I mean, honestly, that's what I trust. You know, we don't have to agree with the titles and maybe the doctrines, the vocabulary. We don't have to agree on religions, politics, or economics, but we've got to agree that there is problems happening in this world today.
Jack, I agree with you on that. But an issue comes up when you bring God into the situation, because then I'm
Why?
like, well, which religion and which God are you speaking of? And
Dude.
I have to know. I have to know, Jack. You gotta
Well,
let me
I've
know.
answered it. Truly, you dismissed me as a Christian, and I can respect why you might.
Well, you confirmed
But
you're not a Christian. You
the
confirmed
God I'm referring to, I'm confident it truly is the Father who sent Jesus.
So the
one
God
that
of Abraham is the Father in heaven that you believe in. But Jack, why aren't you a Christian, Jack? What's up with that?
because you said I'm not.
Well, you're not, because Jack, Jesus is exclusive. If you believe in Jesus, you can't believe in other gods. You can't believe in other religions and other ways. That's why he came to bring a sword, Jack. Yeah, he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus, Jack.
I know, and now you're just saying words again, though.
No, that's from the Bible.
I
Jack, I'm
know.
explaining why you're not a Christian, because if you are a Christian, then you say only Jesus is the only way. If you're not a Christian, you say
So you don't
multiple ways are the
understand
way.
what that means, though. That's the
No, I
thing.
do. I do.
No,
Simple
you think
concept.
you do. You
It's a
think
simple
you do.
concept.
It's
It's a simple
for
concept.
the truth. The truth is found in many layers. And yes, the truth will
No,
have simple
Jesus is the only
concepts
way.
and deeper meanings as well.
Well, I'd prefer you stop claiming Jesus, Jack. I'd
Then
prefer you
that's
stop.
your problem.
Well, because you don't actually follow him, and as a Christian,
Oh,
it offends me.
heavens. You are so confused, my brother.
Okay,
Zill.
here's where I'm confused. You follow his way, you follow
Yeah.
his path of life, his mannerisms, his heart, right?
Yeah.
But you don't follow when he says that he's God and that he's the only way to the Father. What's up with that?
You're misinterpreting me.
Help me understand, because Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life. The only, oh my goodness, I'm messing up the verse.
Zill,
No one
here.
gets to the Father except through him.
Sure. And consider the Father as the giver of truth. It is only through love. Jesus is the symbol of love, God's love. So it's only through love that you can get to the giver of truth in all things. And that's true. Okay, but
Okay.
what Jesus is saying more so is that when you really follow and apply what he's saying, love, like just deep love, deep faith, deep love, deep faith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's
no, he
nothing else.
exemplified wonderful morals and actions and life mannerisms, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
exemplified things we should follow. I agree. That's why I
Yes.
follow him. He's an amazing guy.
No. Right.
The problem is,
And
I
more.
believe he's God, Jack. The problem is, I
Right.
believe Jesus is God.
Please. Yes.
And I'm not sure if you do.
He was one with the Father. And when you still your heart, your mind, and you can be one with the Father.
But not
As
in the
he
same way
was,
as Jesus. Not in the same way, Jack.
as
Because
he
Jesus was
was,
divine.
as he was one with the Father, you and I, we can be as well. It was his prayer that we be one with him as he was one with the Father, right?
You're
Because he knew he was going to be gone. But
you're talking about the high priestly prayer, when Jesus said
okay.
he wishes that all would be one with him and in the Father as he is. But
Yeah,
this is discussing Jesus's, I guess, his heart towards the Father, or his relation and union in Christ and towards God the Father. Also, Jesus was speaking to his disciples. Um, but however, this does not mean we
Can
will
you
be
quit
like
coddling
Jesus
him here,
was.
though? Let's just be real. Jack, I was putting scriptures throughout your whole stream, okay? King James. And every one of those scriptures showed, okay, he's kind of coddling with you. When he asked you, are you a Christian or not? You have shown us that you're not a true believer in the true Jesus. You literally were shaking your head when he said Jesus is the truth, the way like you're doing your eyeball roll. So what I gotta say, Jack, is you're blasphemous, and
okay.
you make like a new age religion up. Which
All
if
right.
that's what you want to do, God bless America, right? But
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like when I said you were posting the first mainstream media video you found, then you became an expert on Iran.
How
And I
is double
explained to
down?
you, like, Jack,
Whoa,
you're
whoa.
posting propaganda. You're doing the same
Whoa,
thing with the
whoa.
Bible and Jesus, but it's blasphemous.
How is double down news mainstream propaganda?
The narratives that they were saying was based off the mainstream narrative.
What was wrong? There wasn't much wrong.
It's truly about the eugenics and stuff. But what's wrong is
Right?
your blasphemy. You deny.
No.
He's coddling you, bro. This is a sheep in
Bro,
wolf's clothing,
bro,
wolf in
bro,
sheep's clothing.
bro,
Whether you
bro.
like him or not like him,
Bro,
you mock
You're-
God every time you go live.
the only way you and I are going to continue online is if you slow down. Okay? Because
Right. I
You're
gotta slow
wound
down.
up.
These guys coddle with you.
you're wound up and you're finding excuses to be wound up. It's not healthy for you. It's not helpful here. Please chill.
Snafu, I'm doing what I can to be in the space to speak truth,
Yeah, because he'll Nazi
and
block
what I
you.
can to let Jack keep me here so I can speak truth on
No,
Jesus.
I get that. And that's Jack's dictatorship, Nazi blocking.
Yeah, get used to
Yeah,
it.
he
Doug.
does that.
I do.
Right, get into it. And that's why no one takes you seriously.
No,
Are you stopping the
you,
Iran war? I woke up today with fucking missiles.
oh my God.
I woke up today with Iranians getting killed, Jack. That's
That is what I said.
Jesus, help us, help the nation. Please, Jesus, help the world. These wars are obviously a distraction from the Epstein files. Please help us in Jesus' name. Amen.
It can all change. It can all end. Truly. Very easily.
No.
Yes. Should God allow it?
Oh, well, should God allow it? But oh, okay.
Should God allow it, dude? Donald Trump and I can discuss the ways that peace is available. I tried reaching out to his son, what's the tall one, Barron, on
Baron.
X the other day. I don't know. He appears to be reachable. I'm continuing to reach out to other people, larger platforms, and other connections with not just church organizations, but nonprofit organizations, right? People who care about peace. I'm looking to build connections. And then if we have connections, why not? Why would God not allow mankind to end wars?
Why would God not? But this is similar to the question of the problem of evil. Have you heard of it? The argument against Christianity. The argument of the problem of evil is, why would a benevolent, all good God allow so much evil in this world? And this has been a theological question for a long time. And there's many answers. There's several answers, but my basic answer is, in order for us to have true free will, evil is an unfortunate necessity. And people don't like that answer, but that's my answer. I mean, God has allowed evil to happen. There are demons. It's in the Bible. Why is a good question. But there's no denying that it has happened.
We can be God-like, truly.
But
and
we can't be in God's office. We can't sit in his seat.
We are, well, here in this realm, God has given authority to those who follow Christ, truly.
Well,
I mean,
several
that
verses
clear to me.
Several of the verses that give authority to trample on serpents and stuff like that, he was speaking to his disciples specifically. And this is different interpretation stuff on boring people. But
It's all right.
there's different interpretations. We all know that there's many denominations of Christianity, and I see that as the enemy of of Christianity, the devil, attacking Christianity because he knows it's the truth. That's the way I see it. That's why there's so much division.
I know.
Well, you're not a Christian, Jack, so, but yeah, okay. You can still know, though. You can still know, I guess, because you can be aware.
Well, God, this is what I mean. God has blessed me with a firsthand experience. I felt it. My interpretations, I believe it's accurate. God allowed me to taste the Holy Spirit back at the end of 2017, the beginning of 2018. My life began again. That year was a year of transformation. I discovered more about me and God and faith, meditation. That was also when I found the goal to try and do more. I wanted to get in front of Congress and do more ever since then.
A little bit of politics.
No, and when I found Veterans for Peace in early 2019, and once I discovered that organization and the idea there was other people like me working towards that, ending wars became my purpose.
Okay, I didn't know you did that. Also, thank you for your service, Jack. I never told you that.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate that because people in the military fight for our freedom to discuss these things without being arrested and such.
Yeah, but the reality is the wars of today, they've continued because those who served in the wars in the past were not allowed to speak of what they saw and did. Had
Well,
the truth of war,
we had the Nuremberg trials, right?
Not enough.
Not enough the Nuremberg trials. Remember the greatest argument there was we were just following orders. And that's when the world decided that that's not going to fly.
Right.
That's not going to work. It's not an excuse. You are condemned. You did the atrocities and you'll be convicted for it.
And yet, it's not quite happening that way.
No, history is repeating itself. Propaganda is huge. Misinformation is huge. MAGA is evidence of this.
Yep.
It's evidence of it. We see it.
All of this is evidence. It's evidence of the past choices and the choices of today. But brothers and sisters, we do not have to continue. We do not have to continue this way.
Jack, I agree. We don't have to continue. It's just that we gotta
choose what we want.
How do you get people on your program, Jack? That's the problem. I don't think that
Here.
people are as convincible as you do.
Actually, that's funny because I know that it's just a matter of presentation, timing, communicating the right idea to the right person at the right time.
Okay.
That's all it is, right? But
like Putin, dude, what are you gonna like? Let's role play Putin. I'll be like,
no.
What do you say to me, Jack?
No.
I don't know how to do Russian.
I
You don't
know.
wanna do that?
Let's not role play because seriously, these people are role playing their positions. The position of president, he's pretending. Everyone's pretending. We live in a pretend where God is real. God is the real. And Goblin, I see you in the back. Last time you showed up, you brought a bunch of racist nonsense, bunch of crap that I don't really want. Welcome back.
I came here with good intentions.
I'm glad to hear. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right.
What's up, Goblin? That's a crazy name, bro.
It's not about race. It's really not.
What are you bringing to the table, sucker?
It's about those who know and those who do not know.
Very true.
Those who know They've been laughing at all of us because we've all been played for fools. That's what much of the billionaire class already knows, is the poor
Yes.
have been played for fools.
Yes, Jack, this isn't new. This has been
So
going
let's
on for
change
all
it.
of time.
Right. Let's
But
change it.
Jack,
This is our time.
it's not new.
This is our time. Let's
Okay.
learn from the past and commit to changing it. The future will be so glad we did.
I'm for the cause, Jack. I believe people should think more like me and have a heart like you have. And I have, but I'm not convinced that we can convince these evil people to change, bro. I'm sorry.
Let's try and
I'm
see.
sorry, man.
Let's try it and see first before you give up.
The way we try is lead by example and show why this is a better way to think. And then people who see it and watch will be like, okay, that actually does work. See, that's why we lead by example and live by our morals, and people will be like, okay, that is a good way to live. But you're not gonna do that to Putin. Putin is gonna be like, no, I'm too rich. I ain't listening to you.
No. Um, you know,
And those are real people. They're not cosplaying. Those are real people over there in that conflict.
thank you. That's the point. It's real people, man. This shit is real people. Preemptive strike on Iran. To serve who? We're sending troops there and all of this money to go to war, more war and destruction, to put in more puppet leaders, right? The patterns are the same as before, guys. And I didn't know much about history because I went to public schools and I received what they told me to learn. But then I started learning more about American history, labor history, Black history, history of religion, history of mankind. Brothers and sisters, I am not alone. There are many very well educated people pointing at all the signs of today. Okay, the patterns of propaganda, the war drums, all this stuff. We can
I
go
think
through.
religion is the driver, Jack. I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No, please. What were you offering?
I think that religion is the driver, and so where I'm stuck at in my understanding is how can we convince these people that this doesn't need to happen, because it's not even just America. You know what I mean?
I know. It's a worldwide issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but America's instigating a whole bunch of crap right now.
Yeah, America, we have this amazing opportunity because of where we are and how this nation has been built. I can envision this as part of God's plans, right? God's all about fulfilling dreams. And so why not have America repent and change its ways? That's the teachings of John the Baptist and Jesus, right? So America leads the world in repentance and change, doing what? Bringing peace to the world, making the truth reign supreme instead of the almighty American dollar or whatever position is told to believe in. The truth matters. Donald Trump and others believe in lies. I want to help them change their ways.
These rich billionaire elites. Jack, remember trickle down economics, the lie of that? Remember that?
I know. It's not
It
relevant
was
today.
well, no. Let me land it. Trickle down economics relied on rich people doing the right thing, but we found out
Right.
that they will not do that. It's a
Right. The
lie.
system.
So, Jack, I'm saying I doubt your ability to change these debased reprobate minds. I don't believe
Oh,
they are willing to change. I don't
you
believe they
know
will
how?
because they are driven by money. They're driven by cash, Jack. You can't
Please,
change that. Okay.
please.
They're not. They're not. That's bullshit too. They're driven by power and control, not cash. They print the money.
It could be cash kind of is power and control.
No, please
Well, it
pause.
kind of is.
Welcome, Vibe. Welcome back. How are you, brother?
What's up,
I'm
Bob?
good. How are you guys doing?
Feeling
Chilling.
blessed, truly. We were talking politics and faith again, and peace, of course.
I've been listening.
You have vibe. What are your thoughts?
Please.
It's hard, right? So if we look at Iran right now, actually, let's step back from Iran. I think everybody, and correct me if I'm wrong, probably thinks that nobody should have nuclear weapons on the planet. What are your thoughts on that?
Right, but since they exist, we must arm ourselves against the others who do. So that's the issue. Mutually assured destruction it was the Cold War, and it's unfortunately that's the situation.
Yeah, and that's kind of where the problem falls apart, right? So now we go, okay, well, we have countries that are capable or may be capable soon in the future of creating nuclear weapons. Therefore, there has to be some countries that have nuclear weapons as an enforcement tool to keep the other countries from having them, correct? So
Yeah.
who is the baddie and who is the goodie, right? We like to think, because we're in America, that we're not the baddies, right? We're the good ones, and we're basically saying to Iran, you guys are in constant conflict. We do not believe that you should have weapons. But somebody, I think it was Goblin, said, like, these are real people there. I was watching the videos of people running in Iran, and I'm watching them and I'm realizing that they might hate America. They might not even know why they hate America, but they're real people just living their lives just like I'm living my life there. But they have this overall reaching government that is not allowing them to live their lives, right? And that's unfortunate. So, I mean, a perfect world like this, we all live in love, is a world with no nuclear weapons. We're all like, we don't need them because nobody else is going to have them. But that's not the truth. So sometimes we have to go, what is the truth? Is what we're doing in Iran good or bad? And I'm questioning that. I'm looking at what's happening right now. I'm like, I'm assuming I'm the good guy. And I'm assuming that a very war-prone government, not necessarily people, shouldn't have that capability, and we have to stop it. And is that against Jesus' rule? Like, I mean, Jesus says, do not murder, but he does allow, or God allows murder when justified.
Well, it's not murder if it's military. That's killing. Or isn't there a difference between murder and killing?
No, Zill. No.
Wait.
I'm willing to be challenged on this. I mean, this is just me just vomiting my thoughts of what's happening today.
All right, I'm off that point. I'm moving on.
The reality is there's a lot involved with it. I mean, in the link of the description today, I shared some reporting from Loki, and Double Down News does a good way of connecting. You know, the reality is many of these conflicts are for the bankers. Okay. It's not about state security. It's not about saving oppressed women or whatever other lie they tell us. It's all about the bankers' investments, right? Protecting that. So,
yeah, the Epstein class is being exposed, and we're all seeing that. The whole world is.
And right, the Rothschilds are a big part of all of this, and there's connections between Donald Trump and the Rothschild dynasty, Donald Trump and the Epstein reports. And so, not to mention all the what's the Israeli funded PAC, the APAC. All the Jewish funding is affecting and influencing many of the United States congressmen and women. The United States, our nation and our government is severely out of control. And it's all showing evidence that mankind has fallen. but we don't have to live that way. Jesus showed us the way. He is the key.
Right, but you don't believe in Jesus. You just
You are a
believe in his.
confused man who keeps finding these
Oh, we
disagreements.
established this earlier. I'm just reestablishing what we established
No,
earlier.
no, you're reestablishing your disagreement because the
Okay, I
reality
made
is
maybe I misspoke. You follow Jesus's example, but you don't believe he is Christ or divine, correct?
that's your interpretations. I've never
Can you
said
say
that.
yes or no? Can you say yes or no? Can you say yes or no? Do you believe Jesus is divine, Jack? Now
He
you want
is
to
the
yawn?
perfect example.
So
Perfect and
was he
divine
divine? Yes
go
or no?
together.
Is
Yes.
he
Yes.
divine? Are you
Sure.
divine? Are you
Yes.
divine, Jack?
Yes, we are.
You're divine. Oh, okay, so you're divine in the same way
Absent.
Jesus is divine. Okay, everybody. Did you hear
Absent.
that vibe? Vibe, do you hear this?
Would you
He's a
listen so
false
you can?
prophet, Vibe. How are
Would
you
you?
not?
I can pause this and maybe ask a different question, right? Because all of Christianity crux on one point. All secularists and theists believe that Jesus was a man and he existed. There's pretty much like maybe there's a 1% disagreement in there, but the whole world says this man walked the planet. The question, the crux of Christianity, is whether he rose after his death. So my question to Jack would be: do you believe that Jesus rose after his 3 days?
Probably. I don't hang my hat on anything, but I know and trust the teachings that he left. I started leaning into what he was teaching and showing rather than worried about what might or might not be real from stories. You know, what can I live and experience?
Okay, so I do hang my hat on that. I hang
Okay.
my hat on that
Great.
Christianity is true
Okay.
because he rose and because he was the Son of God. If he didn't do that, then we could just say he was a really smart man that had a lot of smart words, right?
Sure.
So it sounds like you're kind of going, well, maybe he's divine, but I'm not going to hang my hat on that. Where
Who
I
are
am
we
hanging my hat on that,
worshiping?
and I am saying he is divine.
Okay, great. But who are we worshiping? God?
Well, it's the Trinity. So if I worship Jesus, God, or the Holy Spirit, it's all the same.
Trinity is not in the Bible.
See, no, Vibe, please. I get what you're saying, okay? But I'm really trying to get you to see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm listening.
My faith in God doesn't matter if Jesus did or did not rise from the grave. Okay? Does or does not matter if the miracles happened, because I resisted a lot of the miracles. I had doubts and I didn't believe. How the fuck can that happen? Right? I don't buy that. But at this point, I truly, truly trust with God all things are possible. So why not? I was trying to answer Zill's question about my own relationship to divinity. All of us are divine when we get past our flaws. And God's perfection is with us all times. Christ, Jesus, eternally present. Yes, divine. The image, the perfected image of man. When God first imagined man, it was that image, right? That perfect being, perfected love, bringing the truth with grace. All of us can do that.
Are all of us that? Hey, Vibe, so are you hearing what Jack is saying? Jack is saying we are all divine in the same way that Jesus was. What do you think of that, Vibe?
If you follow him,
I
I
asked
have
Vibe,
this.
not you, Jack. I asked Vibe, not you, Jack.
Sure, you did. Yes, you did.
Yeah, Vibe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick to my guns here because I do believe that Jesus rose. I do believe that Jesus is divine because Jesus is the Son of God and God incarnate on this planet. God came down here. He showed us that even when he was imperfect, he was able to be the perfect creature and a model for what we could be. It lines up with Jack, but sorry, Jack, I have to agree with Zill here. Like, as far as my Christianity faith, if you can't hang your hat on Jesus being the Son of God and God Himself, I have a personal problem with that, and I hope I can elevate you to seeing that's not just this like, well, I don't know if the evidence is there for me. I don't know if I fully. I just think he might have been a good guy. Like,
if you're gonna mock me,
I'm not mocking. By the way,
No,
I'm not
Jack.
mocking. I am
No,
totally being honest from my faith.
I know,
and my background, right?
I know. It's very important to you that people be like you with your
well,
faith.
we want to understand,
No,
Jack.
not
We're
be like
laying
me.
out the
No,
understanding.
I get it. No, Zill, you're not trying to understand. You seem to keep wanting to disprove me. That's
Jack,
what I'm seeing from you, Zill.
I'm seeking understanding for us on panel and the audience where you stand, Jack, because
Not
of
when
things you
you're
say.
not when you're telling me to shut up and you're wanting to convict me of blasphemy and heresy and all that nonsense. Okay,
Okay,
let's be
I'm
honest,
laying out
Zill.
what Jack, yes, I am here to challenge you.
I'm
but
asking you, just be honest, okay?
about my beliefs.
I
I
am
will.
confident that what God is doing with me is a little different than what God has done with you guys, okay?
Oh, okay. You're special, Jack, right? You're special.
All of us have the essence of being special. Yes,
Yeah, but
Zill.
you're extra special, Jack. You're more special than
Nope.
me, bud.
Nope.
You just said that.
We're here sharing time and space together. Now, what I do believe is that God has blessed me with what I've been allowed to learn and experience. As I said,
I think he
my
has blessed you.
testimony is I found a taste of the Holy Spirit at the end of 2017. Since 2018 until now, I've been learning, what does that mean? How does Jack live by the Holy Spirit? What could that do? What would that look like? How would that feel? Turns out it's a lot more simple than I first thought it was going to be. This live without fear is actually very simple. It's when you walk with faith, divine faith, the way that Jesus showed us.
However, Jack, the Holy Spirit would lead you to the truth that Jesus is divine.
Why do you want to argue? What are you arguing against right now?
Your claim
See,
about the Holy Spirit.
Think there's an argument here, right? Because you just said the Holy Spirit brought you there.
Yeah.
You believe in God, right? So you've got one of the three right now, Jack. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm really not trying to be condescending or anything like this. You're just like, hey, I know, like, I personally feel like I know the Holy Spirit because when I'm in the mind of God, I can feel the Holy Spirit. I hear the birds. I hear the frogs at night. Like, I hear all the wonders of God. And it just makes me feel really connected. I'm like, I'm connected. Sometimes I'm frustrated. I don't hear any of that stuff, right? And you were just saying, like, you feel those two things too, right? The one thing that I think both Zill and I are kind of questioning here is the divinity of Jesus, the third part of the Trinity, which I've heard you. I actually was really surprised by your comment today. I've heard you give lots of love to Jesus. I never heard you say, but I wouldn't hang my hat on him being a part of God. And maybe you can clarify. Maybe I've got that wrong.
You guys make such big deals out of such irrelevant perspectives, in my opinion and experience. I mean, I don't mean to be offensive, but I've explained my views on Christ, Jesus being divine, eternal, always present, never really left. That's the joke on humanity. Everyone's waiting for his return, and he's been right here waiting.
Based on what? Did you just make that up?
Experience. When I found the grace and the love of God that was available to me, I know it's no different than is available to anyone else, right? But once I finally started discovering it and experiencing it, guess what I realized? Oh shit, it was always there for me.
So you are there. So you are what I originally thought, right? Maybe you just misspoke when you said I wouldn't hang my hat on his resurrection.
No, Vibe. He's backtracking, Vibe, because he doesn't
Vibe, I have a
like how we
question.
received
So,
it.
so you're such a valuable member of the panel verse. No one would deny that. But you, like a lot of newer panelists, really just want to get your opinion out, and you say that's more important than other people. Can you defend against that? Is that's not true?
Are you
I
talking?
don't think at any time on any of these panels I've ever said my opinion is more important. And Duck,
Than a
good to see you.
person. Than a person.
Hold on,
right?
hold
Than
on.
a person.
Yeah, no,
you got it, bud. You can get through it.
Here, please, please.
talking about a person who can't land the plane.
Damn.
Duck, I love you. We grew up on the same channels together. I still love you. I think you have great discussions. I'm willing
I'm sorry,
to have
I
any
can't hear
discussion.
you. I'm hard of hearing today, Vibe. Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Oh, don't be like that. Come on, bruh.
Well,
He had feelings.
Jack, will you get back to what you were talking about? God not never leaving. Where you were going
Yeah,
with
he
that?
said Jesus never left. Yeah, what's up with that, Jack? How do you know that? Who told you that?
logic and reasoning told me that. What I've
That
learned.
doesn't track with me. Does that track with you, Vibe? Think logic
Discernment.
and reasoning says Jesus stayed there,
Hey,
Vibe?
hey, Zill. Again, you're just flashing your ignorance so proudly. How wise is it to jump for joy at not knowing something when you don't even bother to ask any questions? You
All right,
fool.
Jack. Here's my question. Who gave you the authority to have this knowledge, and how did you gain this knowledge?
By the grace of God, knowledge is received or found. That's it.
I'm calling bullshit, Jack. I'm calling bullshit on you
Why?
because I don't believe you've received divine instruction for this. I believe
That's on you, not me. Your disbelief does not change facts. Your disbelief should not be tarnishing my credibility. You need to look at you seriously.
Jack, earlier we were talking on your inability to acknowledge Jesus's divinity, but also you were saying we're all divine in the same way Jesus is. Can you perform
Right.
miracles, Jack? Can you
Holy
perform
shit.
miracles?
What does that say?
Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What does that mean to you?
Would that not be divine?
That
To
is
have the
not.
mind of Christ
No.
Jesus within you and being
No.
with you. Right. You don't create space for it because you're filled with your doubt and your arrogance.
Wait, Jack, I
And
can
frankly,
explain.
I've lost patience with you, Zill.
Wait, let me explain though.
I don't want to. Thank you. I'm going to take a break from you. Oh, I was going to bring up Austin Murphy. You've been waiting for a little bit. The idea of Christ. It's all symbolic. Everything is signs and symbols, and our words are signs and symbols. They're pointing at things. Everything is open to interpretation, and you got to pay attention in order to discern. I started paying attention to me, what God was showing me inside of me, around me. These are the conclusions I've come to. I've really grown tired and bored of entertaining people's doubts in me, to be honest. I'm looking forward to different conversations. He's mentioned King James Version, but I can't speak for him, and he dropped out of the back to freak. Thank you for the contribution.
Jack, I just wanted to mention something to you and see if I can get some other perspectives. And it is regarding scripture. Scripture says what to look for at the return of Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, a lot of these things that we are disagreeing with, like these things that we're seeing in the world today, which I'm completely against it, and I know it's wrong. But what if I said that that is part of God's plan? I'm just curious.
It is. This is all God's plan. But I truly believe that I've heard others who are more in tune, memorize the scripture. I've heard others pointing at news of the day. Prophecies are becoming fulfilled, right? But the prophecies are not just about death and destruction and people being oppressed. It's the truth coming to light, right? It's about the prophecy being fulfilled is the heavenly realms, the heavenly laws being here with us on earth. And the reality is heaven has been waiting for us to find it. Love is the only way.
I like that. I think you did very well there. Just my opinion.
I appreciate it. Truly, what's happening with me, my testimony, my life, I am trying to find ways to speak with the men and women of Congress here in the United States as a follower of the truth of God, right? The unity that Jesus lived, unconditional love, love for all neighbors. I'm telling you, God is doing something with me, guys. I'm not claiming to be special because I know that it's us. It's not just the one this time. It's the we that's happening. But I keep waking up.
I can back you up on that, in that I think that when you let your guard down, you let your ego go, and you connect with the Holy Spirit and Jesus and God, that God has actually made everyone special in a way. And it's only once you get that connection that you can realize what your gift is and what you're supposed to do with that gift for other people, right? So I don't deny you at all that you feel like you have a gift and something to say. I've backed up the live without fear. I've backed up your, live with love. I believe that these are really good principles, and I love that you're so positive with it, right? And I apologize from my particular faith if I question you when they don't back mine, because that's where I get a little confused sometimes. Like, where are we in our alignment with Christianity? But I'm not going to actually dive in there. I'm just going to come back to, I do like the message. I do think you have a message to share. I think Goblin has a message to share. I think Duck has a message to share. I think everybody has a message to share if they're willing to, listen to their heart and be open to the conversation, right? And part of being open to the conversation is being honest from your heart, even if your heart doesn't match with somebody else's heart. It doesn't have to be my heart. It's just good that we have the discussions.
It's essential to work out the kinks because there will be no sin in heaven. So if that's where we're trying to go.
Brother, yes. And without sin, you discover heaven is here. That's the thing. What Jesus was teaching, what I was trying to get across to Zill earlier, what Jesus was living, right? This constant energy and state and focus of love. He was here to serve mankind as God is here to serve us. We are here to serve God. It's a mutual relationship. That's what love is all about, right? So what Jesus was showing is the way I am, this way, the truth of me, this is the way, the truth, the light, right? This is the way of life, the way you want to be. Once you find yourself absent from judgment and guilt and fear and all this other nonsense, once you find yourself absent from that, guess what? You found perfection. right?
And I also want to share this with you, Jack. I shared something with you in the past, and maybe it didn't come across correctly, but regarding when I was talking about them, those evil or whatever, right? And I think that what you were actually doing was trying to expand my thought process to, well, it's not just that. So
Right.
I just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing it. Even this stuff in Iran, be it with Israel, there's an awful lot involved in these things. Life can be very complicated. But what I found to be true is trusting God, right? God reveals the truth. So go to the truth to find the answers. And if we go in fear, we might find the answers that give us comfort instead of the answers that set us free. So go with love. I mean, God has shown me a lot, guys. And if there is a way for us to, lead the lost to righteousness, I think we should do it. Donald Trump is a perfect exercise for us. Hey, we've got a couple of guests in the back. There's a Mr. Bible Criticizer who's been here for a little bit. But I want to bring up
Jack,
Ben
how are
Miller.
you? Hey, Vibe.
Feeling blessed. How are you
What's going
doing?
on, Ben?
Oh, not much. Vibe, I was hoping, Jack, I don't know if you mind this, but like I try things with different people. Maybe it works, but it doesn't. But I think Vibe and I are a little different than you in that we're both on board with, I think, what you would call organized religion. Is that right, Vibe?
Yeah, I feel like
Like you go to church?
yeah, I'm part of the church leadership where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
So I don't just go on Sunday. Like I'm part of it almost
So
every day.
you're like okay with organized religion, and I am too.
Yeah.
And Jack is less so, but I don't think he would say, "Oh, it's awful," and they're all like lizard people, and all they want to do is steal our money. But I would just be interested in just exploring the pros and cons because I'm Catholic, and of course, I don't imagine you're Catholic.
No.
If you're the leadership, but like there can be lay people, but I would just wonder if Jack, some of that aversion might come from your experiences of being in am I right to say highly kind of, I'm not going to say religious household, but almost like a kind of cult-y household that was like super intense and makes you kind of want to stay free. Would you say that is in any way? I don't know if like, but I know the typical tight families would be Mormon families, not all, but some. Seventh-day Adventism, I think, has a, like the world's about to end thing. It's tough for kids. Catholics have their own version of it, but like, that's usually Irish Catholics, frankly. But could that be like a psychological aversion? Because, that's understandable, but like.
No, it's an interesting question, and I was reflecting on it. My childhood, we didn't have a lot of religion or church traditions in the family, but I did read. I had to read about a lot of things, including different faiths and traditions. And I was kind of sheltered from the mainstream commercial world because we were.
But you were but so then maybe in a sense, your folks were kind of hippies.
A little bit.
Okay. So that's like kind of, it's not an overt religion, but it's sort of implicitly they're making decisions that other people aren't making.
I did reject religion for a long time because of the people I saw at church. And when the few times I went, I was bored and not real impressed. But my adventure,
good.
Just real brief, my adventure went after I found the Spirit and I started seeking more answers. Just in Spokane, I found several amazing gifted pastors, different churches and connections. So I found good and bad with churches and organized religion.
Yeah. Okay. But so in a certain sense, you weren't, because I meet a lot of atheists. This kind of makes sense. atheists oftentimes come from a super hot environment religiously, and they're kind of rebelling against it, which I think you can understand. But you'd say, like, well, that's not really fair to religion, because not every religion is, let's say, Seventh-day Adventist, crazy Waco, kind of thing. But so you more are similar to your parents. You didn't really rebel against them. You're obviously kind of doing your own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people would say you come across as somewhat like a hippie, right? I mean, I don't really think that is accurate, but like, it's the vibe, right? Like, people think,
yeah.
if you pan down, you're gonna have sandals on, right?
Yep. Most days. Yep.
So you didn't really rebel against it. So, but what I'm saying is, it's interesting when you talk about authority, people in authority, and you're much less like this than other people on the internet. You both think I think, have a ton more power than they do, which I think is a little bit exaggerated. And at the same time, I think that you think they're like either worse or could be like more like in the Catholic Church. A lot of people say the priests are good or bad, and that's called clericalism. But you kind of say, like, well, the priests are the ones who are in charge of the church, instead of saying, well, I've got a role to play. You know what I mean? That's called clericalism. And I see something a little bit like that, where you seem to think like people in authority or people in political power,
they have position,
are both really bad, but could be really good and could change the world, when I don't know how true that is.
I'm happy to explain it.
Yeah.
But because they're people. I used to have this idea of people in position and wealth being somehow better than me.
Yeah.
I don't believe in anyone being better or worse than me. I'm the same as anyone else, including Donald Trump, people of Congress. They have the position, right? They've got the job. They are employees of the state. I want to speak to them as their boss somewhat, the people, right? Because we were born into a backwards world where the government is apparently controlling the people. Well, no, the people control the government. And I don't believe the majority of people want to send our children off to more foreign lands like we did in Afghanistan and Pakistan, or,
that's
Iraq.
true. I agree. Yep.
We don't need to continue this stuff. But apparently the warmongering and the military industrial complex, I guess they've got more power than we do. Well, let's flip the table.
So they have a lot of it. Yeah.
Change it. They're people. They're people in positions, and not only do they have the positions to legislate, right? They could work together to end this nonsense and bring some sort of sanity together. But more so, they've got the connections. We've got noisy streets, but they've got connections to other people, other organizations, other states, other communities, right? If we use these networks of people for good, dude, we'll transform this world like that.
Okay, well, here, let me push back just a little bit, and maybe Vibe could chime in on this. I was interested in politics when I was in college. I was sort of majoring in American government. Then I switched over religion, because I think religion is upstream, if you know what I mean, of politics. Like, so religion kind of sets the basic ethos of a culture, whether it's an overt religion or secularism is a kind of fake religion, or futurism like Elon Musk. That's a kind of unorganized religion. But if you go to politicians, in my experience, they're hard to move because they're already bought and paid for. And like, once you're bought and paid for, you don't really have as much room to move. So what religion is kind of doing is saying, well, maybe we can get in there to create the next generation of people. You know what I mean? It's a longer term sort of effort.
Gosh, yeah, I don't even know where to chime in on that. And like, there's so many pieces to unpack here, right? If we're talking about religion, we're talking about religion. If we're talking about politics, we're talking about politics. But we also can see that religion influences politics, right? I mean,
yeah, it's upstream.
The secularists might just say it's coincidence that religion lines up with pretty much every law on this planet, right? Not all, but 90% of the values set down by God are in our laws, right? And 10% of them are what we're all, now that we're moving away from God and going, hey, anything can be anything now. We're starting to have some contest in that.
I agree.
And how does that affect politics? Like I said, there's so much to unpack in just that simple statement, right? So I always try to go back to the base. What is the base? Like, what are we trying to actually accomplish here? And what do we want to use as that axiom? What is the axiom base? Before we talk about politics, before we talk about religion, what is that axiom that we all have in common to build on? And we obviously see the debates, you know, Christian nationalists versus secularists, and where do morals come from, and are rights real, right? I mean, kind of it's a bit all bullshit, right? Because we're all coming from a different axiom, and that's kind of a problem.
I think we all share human nature. I think Jack would agree with me that we have intrinsically some.
I feel that too.
Of things.
Yes.
I don't think it's that dire that anyone could say anything and people would follow it. Like the thing I've been watching, Andrew Wilson denying the existence of rights.
Questions?
I don't know why, as a Christian, you would want to deny rights. Right?
Do you guys think we get more questions back from the ideology? Do we get more questions back from the ideology side?
Say it again.
Go ahead.
Say it again.
I'm curious, like with those, because Vibe was talking about all the debates that we see. I'm just wondering if those produce more questions than they do answers. You know, I know that sounds like something Sarah said 1,000 times. They could be right. Maybe it isn't right, but it just seems like we're going over the same things over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And so I'm curious. I'm just curious how, like, because I'm younger than you guys, right? I'm 36, so I'm curious. Like what adult skill I would have here.
Can I give you an example, Duck? Right now we're in this war with Iran. Okay. I believe, you have to study history and you have to see how this plays out. I believe Israel, Iran, and the US have gotten locked into a game where they're all kind of saying, we're like F you, but they're not really doing much of anything. And this has become this kind of weird stalemate because no one really has an incentive to go nuclear, literally, because we've seen that from Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Ben, please.
I think it's good news. But go ahead. Yeah, Jack.
We have every reason, every incentive to join together and end this nonsense. Human lives are at hand, and there's a lot of people going through a true humanitarian crisis right now. There are escalating numbers of famine due to, I heard, where was it? Somewhere recently, I think it might have been Sudan, 14 million people displaced due to inner conflict, right? Now we've got Iran, the people of Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq. That stuff still hasn't settled down. We still got Ukraine going on. We've got corruption all around the world, evidenced by these files, right?
Yeah. But it's not like 1945, Jack.
We have the technology.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to 1945.
It's not like 19.
People can get away with.
How many people died?
People can get away with anything they want, anytime they want. It's absolutely nuts.
I think there are checks. There are interesting checks. Jack and I have talked about this. I don't think you can get away with lying as easily in the age of the internet. You can still do it, but you got to kill a lot of journalists.
No, we live in a world filled with fucking excuse makers.
Yeah, but we've also exposed the files.
Ben, people, it's up to us as people. We have to raise the standards.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I agree with you. I agree we should do better, but like in some ways I'm hopeful because a lot of people could look at the world right now and go, this is the end. It's just going to go nuclear.
It's the beginning.
I don't think so.
We unite together. when we unite together, I'm telling you guys, if you would pay, I don't know what to offer to invite you to care about what I'm saying or to trust that there's value in what I'm offering. I believe we have the opportunities and the answers are available. I'm not saying it's just with me, but I'm one of them. Join me.
But one of the ways, this is what I would just push back a little bit, Jack. One of the ways in which people can unite is through organized religion that can be very, very influential. Now, of course, any organization can also become corrupt. Look at what the Protestants did with, no offense, but like Zionism. They got corrupted into backing a horrendous regime. Okay, we've had our problems as Catholics as well. But what I'm saying is maybe that sort of network has, because the Catholic Church has been around longer than any government has ever been around. So
Yeah, but
there's an argument to be made there.
Let's look at this panel, the 4 people we have up here, right? We've got Ben, who's Catholic, me, I'm a faith of Protestants. We've got Jack, who's kind of like 80% Christian, 80% Gnostic. We've got Duck, that's atheist, right? And like Duck is my Iran. Like he hates me. He wants to bomb me.
Well,
like maybe if we could take a start where. Wait, let me just finish. I'm almost done. I got 10 seconds left here.
You're slandering me. Fine.
No,
Thank you.
Let me just get the last 10 seconds in. If all 4 of us here could come to a conclusion like, hey, you know what? Even though we all disagree and Duck loves to slam me, maybe on a panel, just the 4 of us, right? And we've got billions of people in the United States or the world. Maybe if just the 4 of us can come to some type of like, I don't hate you, you don't hate me, we might disagree, let's talk about something. That's an example of how we can change the world just with 4 people.
Plus,
Jack, the way we do that, the way we do that is we don't slander each other, right? And I'd be curious, the people that I work closely with to change the world, people like Jack Talcott, I ask, what did you actually do this morning? I went for a run. I followed the news, and holy me, I posted my short against the Iran war, calling to make sure that there's NGO observers in that conflict zone. So
I applaud
you're
you
on
for
my
that.
team, Vibe. What do we do together now, bro? What are you coming from, and what do we go do together?
Well, the first thing was we don't attack each other in chat, right? And we come up on panel and we talk, right? And I don't think you've ever.
Do you think that you have, the way you said atheist? I think that you are accidentally emotionally abusing me. Is that accurate, or is that?
Oh my
not
God,
right?
no! You are you not atheist? I'm sorry.
That's not the question I asked, though. That's not the question I asked. If I can't ask that question, be fair with me and say that that's not a question I can ask.
I am being fair.
Wait. Jack and I are good at conflict resolution.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
How did he slander you?
He said I'm an atheist and I hate him. Is
Are
that
you an
not?
atheist?
That isn't.
Would you identify as an atheist?
Okay, ask the chat.
So if I'm like everyone else, what do I do?
On me in chat,
Well,
and I hope you don't hate me because I don't hate you, Duck. But
do you identify as an atheist? That wouldn't be slander if you do. If you don't, no problem.
Yeah, I misrepresented you. I apologize.
Spiritual beliefs.
I am sorry.
I also can take the position of being an atheist about something if I want to. Okay. I can be. Like Vibe's saying, if we have a misunderstanding, I can be atheist about something if there's not a reality there, or who knows, whatever it is.
You're more of a nun. You're more of an NONE. Like, I'm not affiliated with anything, but I'm not like this hardcore atheist. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, it would be.
You don't identify as a member of a religious organization.
Yeah, whatever ails you, I'm probably not going to the Bible for it, but that doesn't mean I have those conversations still.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Is that fair, Vibe? Do you feel like? Okay, you like so?
Yeah, no, yeah, and
that's
I
not the
apologize.
label.
I pigeonholed you into atheist. That is my mistake.
I think Vibe was innocent. I think he did.
Yeah, I wasn't really trying to like make you a villain here, Duck. How many times have you heard me say I like Duck? We both grew up on Sarah's channel. I've always supported you. Every time you I've never trashed you in chat.
Don't speak for me. Don't speak for me. We don't know each other.
I'm not. I'm speaking for myself right now.
You just spoke for me.
I didn't have a
Okay.
problem
Exact
with him.
thing.
What he said about me, he said Ben's a Catholic. I have no
You
problem.
might be sensitive, Doc. You're sensitive
Doc,
to it.
I apologize. I really never mean
You
to offend
apologize.
you.
What does that mean?
And-
What does that even mean? What does that mean?
Why
Well,
call
when I
What?
say in chat, I would love to have a one-on-one with you, private or publicly, however you want to do it, because I actually think we align a lot more than you think. And whatever this thing is that you, because you're always attacking me, I'm not attacking you, right? Would you say that's fair? Or am
I
putting
try
words
to
in your mouth?
avoid you, Vibe. I try to avoid you. That's the honest truth.
Okay,
What's wrong with
okay,
that?
that's fine.
Well,
But you don't, and
you
I
came
see
in
your
with
tactics.
aggression
Is that
here
true?
earlier. Earlier, you were quite aggressive, quite hostile towards Vibe, and then you
And
left,
all I'm saying
and
is,
then you returned. So
But
you
I
know,
can see a younger man feeling like an older man is a little condescending
I'm not trying to be.
in
I'm
a
not
subtle way. In a subtle way that's not overt, and he kind of just a younger man can sometimes pick up on that, maybe incorrectly. But I do think that can be valid. Like you're sort of here to help instead of here to be equals.
Yeah, I would actually say, and Duck, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. There was one time in this panel verse where you and I got along and cheered each other, and then there was a day where all of a sudden you didn't like me, and I don't know what made that change. I'm sorry for whatever made that change, and I've been trying to rectify it since I saw that change. So whatever it was,
So
I don't know.
my perception
I'm
is
not
different,
here
right? Because I listen to what people say, and I support. I'm a huge supporter of people that our values align, and even if they don't totally, but I think they actually care about helping other people. And so I don't think there was ever a time where you and I were like panelverse colleagues, like you are sharing here. That time period in history didn't exist. It didn't happen. It never existed.
Okay, and you didn't see my post on yours. That was a really good post. I really liked what you said, Duck. In your comments on your channels, seeing me always coming to your channel saying, here to support you. I thumbed up. Like, you never saw any of that?
You maybe left a comment on my channel once. I don't know if that's what that is, but to me, that doesn't change what I just said to you at all.
Okay. That's
Can
fine.
I just make an observation? What I find interesting here, I don't know either of you guys too well, but Duck is a rare person who doesn't seem to have a problem with me when I come across as super abrasive. And yet he has a problem with Vibe, who comes across as kind of a little bit like gentler of a person, which my guess is that Duck has had experiences of like he'd rather hear it straight up than like maybe from his life experience he's had people do this kind of subtle thing that kind of gets under his skin and he likes to call it out. I'm just saying maybe, because usually
I never said I hate Vibe. I never said I hate I dislike Vibe. I'm simply stating if I observe what I think of as what appears as these habitual uses of sort of counting things, saying that this is more than, and so therefore you hear this, not that, and therefore this you adopt this opinion and not that opinion. It's like, to me, that's one of those things where it's like, wow, I would prefer in my life, I just want to be with people who can, let's get the honest, the hard stuff, the abrasive stuff. Let's
right.
table it or get it out, and then because everything else just happens after. So
you were
catching
like subtle, what you saw as subtle insults, and so you're like, well, just let's have it out, which I think could be a good impulse, but you could also be seeing something that's not there. But I don't know.
Yeah, and you know, I have to applaud you, Duck, because one of the comments you made is there's people that just come up here and spew words, right? But what did they do when they woke up? And I think the point that you made about what did they do to actually make a change when they woke up, right? I think that's very pertinent. You don't just go online and spew nonsense unless you're actually doing it in real life. So I think you made a really good point there. And I'm not going to try to virtue signal here, but I mean, Jack actually knows that I've done stuff in the background that I've never told anybody about. And I mean, I have one witness that knows that I don't just jump online and spew nonsense. I actually work my ass off behind the scenes doing things And I value what you said, and I value that myself. I don't just show up online and spew nonsense. In the background, when I wake up, I'm like, what can I do to make somebody else's life better? And I think we have that in common, and I think that's great.
Sure.
And I don't think we have to share that online, because that's our private business of what we do when we wake up and what we do, right?
I didn't know that you're helping people. I didn't know that you're selflessly helping people behind the scenes. And you just do that out of the goodness of your heart, or whatever it is that motivates you, whatever skills that you're sharing with others. I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah. So I mean, I take what I say online more personally than what I say online. I take it offline,
Sure.
and I do things in the background. And I think you do. You said that. So I think you
and
do
so when
that.
competition, so you're not one of these guys that ever competes, right? You reject competition, or you say, look, competition, it's worse for people, so I'm just not going to do that ever. And I never compete for myself, right? I'll never compete for myself, right?
I do compete with myself quite a bit, but
I think you're conflict avoidant. You're
okay,
conflict
right?
avoidant. You're conflict
Yeah.
avoidant. Correct.
Yeah, I don't need to hate anybody, and anybody that freaking challenges me. I mean, if I've seen somebody challenge me, like, I hate this guy, I'll show up on their panel and I'll be like, hey, I heard you hate me. Like, let's talk. Just like I was doing with you, Duck, right? Like, I wouldn't mind having these conversations. I think we're a lot more in line than you. Well, once again, I'm not trying to talk for you. I think we're a lot more in line than you think we are. But maybe I'm wrong. But I'm also cool with you being different than me. Doesn't mean I don't like you.
I didn't ask you to be cool with me being different than you. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know
I mean,
you.
fine.
I don't know you. That is such a weird, creepy thing to say, dude. Why do you want me? Why is
Okay,
that
okay, okay.
acceptable? Like that type of brainwashy talk. Why is that acceptable for anyone?
I see what he's saying. It's a little manipulative. It's a little manipulative.
Okay.
And Jack is called the cult leader. My God, I'm so sorry, Jack.
You're
Well, the
fine,
funny
but
thing is
here's
I actually got my attitude right when I started YouTube from Duck. I saw Duck going, support the Sarah people, do this, go to their channels. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I should do that. So my when I came on, I was actually influenced by Duck on going, oh, I should subscribe to all of these people that are on panel with me, all these newbies. I should go, like, I built that part of my persona from modeling it off of what I saw Duck do when I first joined. So
I wasn't trying to get
be
anyone
honest,
to do
it
that.
kind of hurt when Duck went against me. I'm like, I was like, why did Duck do this? Anyways, let's move on to world politics, solving the world, and put this back into Jack's thing, not a Duck vibe.
What was the last point you were making?
Reunification.
We're gonna. It's funny
the
that
point you were making. I forgot about me and Jack and Duck. What was the point?
Sorry, was that to me? You were
you were making a point, then it got distracted. Which you were saying we all. Oh, can we all agree with something here, and that'll be the beginning of world peace, something like that.
Oh yeah. But when I mislabeled Duck as an atheist, I wasn't doing that as an insult. I was saying, hey, we've got
different views.
At the time we had 4 different personalities. Now we have 5 different personalities. We don't need to slam each other, call each other names, bring up personal lives. We can actually just discuss the actual topic and see, like, is there any agreement? And if there's not, let's see how we can tear each other apart politely. And sometimes,
do you think that banter is that?
Dumbass.
Do you think that men bantering is a good thing?
Yes. Sometimes you have to say dumbass, but you know, it's fun when we banter, when we know, like, that we're bantering and challenging. It's another thing when you're just degrading, right? I mean, what I've seen on debates, if I'm winning and they don't have anything to say, then they go personal, right? That's when you're losing, right? So. Now, if you just say something stupid and you're like, that's the dumbest thing, and this is why, that is okay, right? Does that make sense?
Well, I think when you're online, there's a different dynamic. Like among men, if we 4 of us or 5 of us were in a room, there's going to be a kind of way in which there's the threat of violence, sort of like that we check each other. There's like, it's harder to be like 100% honest. And the internet allows a little less of that, which can make it be chaotic and everyone's giving each other death threats. But it can also be freeing, I think, because you don't have to worry about that. Because there's only so much, we're all in a bubble in a way.
Oh, Jack, I
Jack,
see you
so
shaking your head.
disappointed.
I'm sorry, bud.
Well, yeah, I'm just wondering, what do I do? What do I do? How do I find, where are the people that actually want to talk about the things I want to talk about?
Well, let's get back to your topics.
Well, I was talking about it, Jack. I was saying, what about the role of
do.
religion in bringing us together? Instead of just saying we should come together, like why not have put some meat on the bones?
Well, yeah, all those ideas I've tried, but even any organization, whether it's a church or a nonprofit or whatever, your access is limited by the human beings that you get to interact with. I've been limited. God, the universe, despite my best efforts, I've been limited in the number of people that I've been able to interact with.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I do interact with them, being able to communicate what I want to share has been like, wow, that's a tough one.
Well, so isn't that like kind of welcome to being a human being? Like
it was a wake up call.
Who are you complaining to? God, because you're limited? I mean,
I'm not. No, I'm not.
They're all
Yeah,
limited,
maybe be specific. Ben, maybe be specific. It's not like this. To me, this is what I'm hearing is like, it's not this generalized thing of like, what is Jack willing to do because of his faith? Which we all have faith in some regards. Not everyone has enormous faith, but everyone has it's some faith or whatever.
Hopefulness.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like, but that's the point. The point is like I don't know. Like, Jack, do you specifically, if there was no God, you're still creating opportunities in your world for people like Ben and Grace that we all love? You're still going to Washington, like what's the deal?
I'm open to anything and everything. I mean, I am real life. I'm committed to this idea that peace can be achieved, that people can reform the governments. We can change the whole world.
So, Jack, when I said, like, what about getting with other groups of people? You said, well, the problem is those are people. Like, so, I mean, how is that a substantive response?
You're right. It probably wasn't good, but it was an excuse and an explanation from my past experiences. But
it's not an excuse.
It's amazing. Never mind. I think it's amazing that you guys can even be online talking about this bullshit. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is some people operate as lone wolves. Like they're authors who spent their whole life like just writing, Solzhenitsyn, right? Okay, that can be a certain genius, and like so he doesn't need a group. But then but you do need to go. It seems like you're a group kind of guy, but your problem with groups is that like groups involve people, and I'm just saying like. Well, I mean, you can't have it both ways.
I know.
Well, we have Jack Talcott here. Like, of all names, like it's like Tony. I told him last night. It's like Tony Robbins, Jack Talcott, fucking life coach extraordinaire, independent man, standing on his own, leading the pack. Like, it's what it sounds like, but like that's not how it comes out. And I get where you want to be, Jack, but like, we're getting there.
But Jack, if you say, well, how can I make my message bring more people? I would say it's too vague. I would say it often comes across as very vague. And people just write it off, which I did initially also. I was like, this is just, generic, like hippie talk.
Yeah, the thing is maybe I'm not the best at explaining it, but I'm pointing at others who are. And until people are willing to listen, there's not much I can do. That's what I've been shown over and over. But truly, what I'm pointing at is what Jesus spoke. Guys, the way of love. Love one another. Love one another deeply, like it matters what is happening to other people, like you really actually care. And love yourself in the same way, like you actually care. Guys, when we do that, I don't believe I'm wrong. Okay? I'm still seeking witnesses. I mean, the reality is who I am. I'm inviting others to be a hero. Okay? Because I'm an example of a man who's walking in faith with a pile of problems. I got so many issues going on, and I'm an example of many others, right? But I'm not looking for handouts or sympathy. I'm looking for an opportunity. And guys, I'm pretty confident, with or without the panel, the regular viewers and participants, with or without that group, great things are aligning with me. I'm confident of this.
So you're appealing to your personhood as like what people should believe in?
I'm hoping to be a good example of a follower of Jesus, one who walks with faith and love, forgiveness and joy.
What if people don't find that particularly compelling?
Then it's their loss. As it was written, you know, Jesus.
What if you aren't particularly compelling?
Then that's a shame on me.
I think you could tweak the communicating of it, because I do think you're quite compelling, but I think you could do better. Like I could ask Vibe, what you said there, guys, we got to love each other. We got to learn to really love each other. Now, I'll just say, as a Catholic, you know, the priest gives a homily. If the priest started saying that, I'd be like, oh, I'm asleep. And I think Vibe might say the same in the Protestant church. I don't know if you've ever done homiletic reviews or you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to come across, you can do that. It's very safe to say, today I'm going to preach about love. We really need to love each other more. And we've really got to really mean we're going to love each other. Generally speaking, that's very safe and kind of bland. And I would say you got to add a little more substance to it.
Yeah, I mean, and I love the top row right here, because I think we all agree on that, right? Jack's message is love each other, right? I mean, that's it. And Jack, by the way, I think you have a lot of supporters, and I mean, you're your own worst enemy, because you bring up all the people that tell you how you're supposed to run the show. I hold my tongue constantly.
You just did that.
I would like to say something.
Can you be self-reflective? You just did that. You just told Jack.
And he did it earlier too. That's the only reason I was going to comment.
Right, be a little self-reflective. Look in the mirror sometimes.
Okay? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll grant you that. But I mean, but it's hard. Like, it's really hard. And I mean, it's great when we have these conversations. And it shouldn't be. Personally, I don't think it should be about challenging Jack. But yeah, challenging the views, maybe, right? Which I do politely here, going, I agree with you, Jack. I want to see what Jack wants to see, but I do sometimes want more substance. So like, how are we going to do this together? And even here with 5 people on the panel, I mean, me, Duck, Ben, Jack, we can't come to a conclusion. If we can't do it with 5 people, like how do we do it with 1 billion people, right? It's hard. It's hard.
In the West, this sort of message, love each other, often comes with an understanding that the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ is a huge part of being able to do that.
I agree.
And Jack doesn't include that. And I think, like, without that, from a Christian point of view, you'd go, well, you're missing the best thing. You know what I mean? And you can have some, but like that's the meat of Christianity and the West.
Well, the meat of it is who Jesus is, who he claimed to be. Jesus claimed to be God. He claimed to be divine. That's why they threw rocks at him. That's why they crucified him. That's the crux of Christianity right there, is who is Jesus? Is he divine? Is he God? Is he the only begotten?
No, the crux is that the crux is is that his death gave us the grace to live out his message. Without
the new
that,
covenant
his message is useless to
It was
us.
prophesized in Isaiah as well. Isaiah 45 says that it's the death, and you can read all the flowery words you want, but it says it's not talking about a divine death. That wouldn't make sense for an eternal being. It's talking about a man dying, and that death is what frees others from death.
Yeah.
He said that. Because Jesus said that. And the apostles who followed know that Jesus paid the price for our sins as he said.
Okay. And
that's the new covenant, Jack.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, all the world problems are solved. Well, now
you
what?
should put your faith in him. You should put your faith in Jesus, Jack, exclusively. In my opinion,
pointing to yourself, pointing to the cross.
I tried giving him another chance.
He was
people just placed themselves. If he was slightly observant and he placed himself on the panel where he is, I don't think he would have lashed out like we just saw, where he wanted to ask and speak without listening. And that we always forget that it's not the most important, but it is, we got to trust each other.
Yes, that is the lesson I believe that God is showing us for this new kingdom to emerge. Love requires trust, but we don't live in a world of trust. We live in a world of fear, right? Fear and profits. That's what keeps the mechanisms turning. But Jesus, over and over in the Bible, it says, fear not, right? And love is the commandment from Jesus. So let's help each other find love that way. Help each other find forgiveness. Help each other find answers.
Can I share a testimony real quick, Jack?
Please
to me,
do.
living without fear is it's about mindfulness.
Hi, Jack.
And it's also about feeling. It's about the salvation that we occasionally remember that we can seek through the Holy Roman Catholic Church, as well as not sharing our dreams as delusions with other people.
That's
it.
I missed it. That's a testimony or a vision?
It's Jack, to me, it's just my own experience, my own testimony. I haven't found an agreement yet where, I think we all do our best to ground I do my best to ground my faith in Jesus in reputable sources.
Yeah. I think you do. This online experience is something different. That's for sure. I don't think I was prepared for it when I found my way here, but I am so grateful I did find my way here because of all of you characters. We are who God has sent into this world to become who we are at this time. And at this time today, the war drums are beating, guys. What are we going to do?
Jack, how long have you been online? Like
too long, man.
Long time.
5, 6, 7 years, maybe.
Of streaming? Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Those are the early days of YouTube, kind of, right?
No, not that far back.
Not super early where it was like, yeah.
We've got another one. I'm a fan of this guy. I was thinking wrapping it up, but welcome back.
Obviously.
Dang.
Obviously, I'm thinking about wrapping it up too.
Yeah,
Fuck do
you think you are?
What was that? Oh, Truth or Cop.
Yeah, I can.
Here's another one. Truth or Cop.
I like TK too.
Correct, Truther. We're good.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys, gentlemen. And Truth or Cop. How have you been?
Good man. I haven't talked to you since the matzo ball incident. You know.
Yeah, that's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Been
It's been a
years.
long time. It's been a minute. Gentlemen, I did want to say this, especially when Duck's around. Duck really drives me up. He bothers me. Duck bothers me.
He's a trigger.
He does. I don't know if it's the sensitivity, because a lot of people think I'm sensitive.
You are.
Doc sometimes seems to be playing a character, but I don't think he is. Just an unusual guy.
No, please recognize. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Something I've noticed. There's many of us. We are literally, just by the way we are, we trigger other people. Many of us do that. I think, TK, that's what I've been seeing in you. You've been getting some triggers and reactions showing up.
No, I trigger
today.
like women. I trigger women and like gay guys.
And
I
yourself.
don't think that, no, I'm assuming it's like they.
You might be in the gay guy part. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Jack, he could be a woman. He could want to be a
TK
woman.
triggers himself. I know. I've heard his stories late at night. He triggers himself.
I am a very
He's a
vibe.
self-simulator.
You're a house heater? You're a house heater ripper vibe?
I'm a what?
You rip heaters in your house?
Repeaters in my
a little
house?
reefer. Little.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm trying to quit cigarettes, so I've got this Juul device.
Okay, sure.
Let me help you, Vibe. Take a good look at this.
Yeah, no, I respect how she's. So can we let Grace obviously talk, because she has this weird obsession with shutting.
Well, I
me
just want to say
down.
one thing about what Jack said.
Mm-hmm.
We can, quote, trigger others, but only if we allow ourselves to be triggered by them. And I think it's important that a lot of times people say, you did X to me. And it's like, well, I only did that because you have a sense of, you know what I mean?
Well, it's everybody knows this statement, right? Why let other people control how you feel?
Yeah.
Right. So if I say something that triggers you, that's you allowing me to control your emotions. I do not let anybody control my emotions. I've always said many panels, I love Duck, and he's never triggered my emotions, except for a little bit of sadness because I don't.
You're lying. You're just a liar.
Where's the drama? Wait, what's the drama?
I just admitted it hurts me a little bit.
You
that
pretend you're not.
I don't dislike the guy, and I wonder why he hates me. Right? But I mean, I don't let when I get offline after all his comments, I don't like go to my kids and like beat them because Duck made me mad. Right?
Do you allow yourself to be angry ever? Do you allow yourself to be angry, or is that like just not allowed in your world?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get angry. I mean, we have to allow ourselves to be angry.
Can we just play out like you yelling at Duck? I want to hear you say like,
yeah.
I could.
I'll tell you right now what I do.
Just because I don't think you can do it. I think you're Ned Flanders.
See, I don't like TK saying Duck annoys him. That annoys me.
You don't like that.
I can tear into Duck.
That's why I'm up here.
I'll just be honest. I don't like.
I want to see you do it.
I've jumped on many panels when people are talking about other people, and I'm like, I'm only jumping on this panel, and I'm only gonna be here for a second because I don't like when the panel talks about other people personally. I'm okay if you're like talking about them because they did a stupid debate.
But now
that I'm cool with. But like when you attack them personally, I'm not for that.
Vibe, you're constantly contradicting yourself.
Okay, tell me, how am I
talking
contradicting
about
myself?
On other panels, people misbehave. But you're saying I don't like people talking about other people. You are doing that. How do
Who
you
am I
not see
talking about
that?
right now?
Me.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess you got me. But I mean, I'm being honest.
No, you're
But
not.
I'm not here. This is not a panel about TK. I actually like TK.
Wait, but vibe. Isn't getting angry isn't getting angry at someone letting them control your emotions?
No.
Yes.
Of course.
Right now, I got pissed because
So
I could hear the
why are
lights.
you okay with being
Trigger us.
angry?
If someone comes up to me and punches me in the face, I am going to be triggered. Where you think Christianity is this way in which you can't be hurt? You could be hurt.
No.
We can all be hurt deeply.
Okay, so in your circular reference here, I actually admitted that it hurts me. Like, I like TK, I like Duck. It hurt me when I heard TK dissing Duck. I didn't like that, right? I said it out loud. I said it that I don't like that Duck doesn't like me. I don't let that control my life, and it's not a trigger. And I don't think it's
I can speak for myself. Excuse me, can I say something? When it's time for me to speak for myself, I can speak for myself,
I
right?
agree.
I'm not a loser.
Okay.
No offense to anyone, but sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't. Vibe.
He definitely needs to call
Your
it
role
out.
is not to be like Duck's personal like.
I'm not defending Duck. I just
like,
was telling you how I felt.
Let him just okay. Well,
Okay.
But I'll
I'm
let
just saying,
Duck
like
talk.
PK was mean to Duck. Like, let Duck say it if he wants to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, one, he's not going to
stop
say
being-
it. And vibe, I hear you, gentlemen, and I don't want to overtalk anybody, because especially fucking Buffalo Source is going to fucking overtalk me after a second. So, Duck, you and I have issues. I've smacked you down. I've fucked you up. Okay. You and I don't like each other. Right? Are you okay?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him up.
No, what that has nothing to do with anything. What I'm trying to
You
say
just
is
said you fucked me up. Didn't you fuck me up? How'd you fuck me up?
verbally, mentally.
Verbally? Ain't that funny as a bitch?
Ain't that what have you been listening to a Ja Rule album? What's wrong with you today?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't feel good, I guess.
What are we doing?
What are we talking about? Yeah, can we
That's
recenter?
the
Vibe,
question.
Thank you for vibe. And then I was
We
rude.
are- I feel we are actually perhaps resolving some conflicts. I'm not sure if they're all coming together yet, but they're certainly being brought through. Right? And that is the path. It's the way. Why not? Why not resolve conflicts?
I'm here to actually resolve a conflict. I do have
Wait,
a conflict.
what is the conflict between Vibe and Duck? What is it?
Okay,
Can I get
we've
an
gotten into
explanation?
some beef on Raging Tomatoes panel.
Over what?
Vibe and I have different. We've gotten into fights about trans rights. I'm very progressive. I consider myself like a classical progressive, and so I'm not someone who stays quiet about it, because how can you? So
Okay.
and so it's just so
And
this
Vibe
is one of those
takes
things
that
where
personally. What is going like? What? How is that a beef? You just disagree politically.
well, it's you know, and then I'm socially inept, right? And so it takes me a long time to understand people's contexts and stuff like that, right?
Uh-huh.
And so so I just tend to drive my car into people when you know, no offense, when
You
I don't
can't say
understand what
if
they're
you're
saying.
going to be a cold trickle and drive things
Calm
into
down. Calm down, please.
There was a question that was never answered earlier. Duck, are you an atheist?
Holy cow.
I was talking Isaiah a little bit.
I'm sorry.
I was
I hear-
I am I would consider I choose to be atheist about like moral questions and stuff like that. Like I think Ben and Grace and I would agree about a lot of stuff because I'm a former Catholic, but for you know, some political questions and stuff like that, I choose to, in this case, you know, like be atheist towards those.
But atheism is a theology category, not a political category. Like if you go like, what do you think about women's right to vote, and you go, I'm an atheist about that, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, because I know a lot of Christian left, and I talk to the Christian left all the time on Wix panel, and I know Christian right. So they're just because you're Christian doesn't make you left or right.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, thank you sincerely for the contributions, Lala Blue. Great panel. I agree. Wonderful people. TK, you've been trying to get
I usually read them.
Oh.
Let me get back to the comment. So we have Lala Blue 3455 for $9.99. Great panel, Jack. What is that? Kisses, hugs?
3 kisses and a hug.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, and then
Thank
can
you,
I
Lala
ask
Blue.
this one question before I'll check. Jack. Okay, thank you. So is that Burger King or McDonald's? If you guys don't mind me asking.
BK.
It is BK. I only have one BK close to me. So I respect that you guys are BK fans. That is another thing that I don't like to talk about with my like thing with you guys. Is I do respect. A lot of people don't think Burger King's a good.
How would your
fast
life be
food
different if you had 2 Burger Kings close to you?
It just didn't go. But a lot of people don't think that BK is a good fast food place. I think it's. I love BK
burgers.
Yeah, no, Ben. What do you mean burgers?
Not the fries.
No, onion rings. Like
What are you doing? Can you grab this super chat for me?
Yep,
You read this
definitely.
one?
Talcott Express for $2. I warned you about letting the mentally I-11s on.
Thank you.
This is actually
Thank
the
you very
perfect way to read that super chat.
Yeah, I know. What else would I do, Grace?
Why would you go for the 1 instead of the L there? Maybe his L button is like.
I do have to say,
you can't say
my
mentally
kids do-
ill on a super chat.
Oh,
like it
I
sweeps
see.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Boring Stuff said Arby's super superior fries. I don't think they're the best, but my kids love it when they get that really long one that they can stretch like almost a foot.
Oh, like the curly, a good curly fry?
Yeah.
Good
So
curly fries are-
Arby's definitely is a big enjoyer for the kids.
Yeah,
Arby's is the worst. I hate
Arby's is
because we have different roast beef here. So when New England roast beef is so good, and we went to Arby's, it was disgusting.
It
But
was
maybe
really
that's just
bad.
because we're not used to it.
This is great. We went from world politics to fast food. Love it.
It's a better conversation to me.
Jack's just like, no, what happened? What happened?
I've been
But I don't know
wondering.
why you guys are hating on onion rings. Do you like?
Yeah, hey, nobody's hating right now.
No, I meant the onion ring.
found a
Like, the onion
commonality.
ring-
We
onion
found a
rings
love.
are- Vibe.
We're
you
all
wanted
coming
to
together.
now, baby. I can
Why,
feel
why
it.
are you so intense on everyone having a like being pleasant? Can't we just? It's mostly men. We're all adults. Can we just like not be so culty?
Isn't that the
about
purpose of this channel?
I don't know.
To
what the-
feel good about yourself? No.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
it's not everybody.
Well, it's
come
called
here-
live
you
without
come
fear.
here, Ben.
It seems like you have a fear of like people being honest.
Yeah, I like to
Okay.
come here.
It's a safe
Don't we?
place.
Yeah, it's a safe space. So that's. It's, oh, Ben! Now all of a sudden you're itching your neck.
This is
You
not a
come
safe
here,
space.
Ben.
I
I
don't
come
think it's a
inside.
safe
I
space.
come with. We come together.
And sorry,
Safety
Grace,
is
I didn't say
required
hi.
for people who live with fear. They have to have
Yeah.
a safe space. If you live
Yeah,
without
well,
fear,
Duck,
you don't have
Duck's
to have a safe
terrified right now.
Okay, well, I never
Wait.
got the end of the story. Okay, so Duck and Vibe disagree about transgender politics, and they hate each other because of that? What? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't hate Duck.
Okay.
There was.
Yeah, I don't hate. I wouldn't describe myself as hating anyone, but if you want to put me in that position, I'm happy to hate people. Just tell me who the fuck to hate, and I'll do it. Feel free.
We're not using social skills here. You're
Okay,
like
Duck.
despairing, socially despairing. It doesn't make any sense.
Calm down, Duck.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm sorry, I
Actually-
didn't mean to scare you. That wasn't my intention.
Duck, can I
My
ask
bad.
you? Like, let's talk about transgender. Would you have any problem saying like male
Why?
and female are biological
Why?
realities that are binary? Is that like a
Why?
problem?
What do you mean, Jack? Are you
just
just
saying
asking?
this-
Why do you keep saying
It
one
seems
word?
Like transgenderism
Yeah.
got up
Why?
all this stuff.
Yeah,
Because they
Trying to
have
find
a
some commonality.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're talking about meiosis and actually how humans get here on Earth, then yeah, there's a male and a female, and the meiosis we're most interested in happens in a female's body, but that's not a woman's body, right? There's no such thing as a woman in a biology textbook.
Right, sure.
No such
But a
thing
male
as
can't become a
womb
female
bearing
and
man,
male
a
in the
womb
biology.
man. There's
You
no.
can do literally anything you want, right? That's
No.
right. So you
No,
can,
wrong.
if you want to, go for it.
No, you can't. A male
don't give a
can't
fuck.
become a female
Can you please
in
stop?
biology, in
Can
reality.
you
I'm sorry.
please stop?
Well, I think that's good. We reached commonality there.
Please.
My bad.
Oh, jeez, man. Truth or Cop, your audio is sucking. I know you've tried speaking over top of others a few times, but it's not coming through. Or maybe you were trying to talk and you got talked over, but it's not coming through.
You were gonna, yeah, because the way you said that, Jack, is that, like you made it sound like he was trying to talk over Tommy, is what you were about to say.
Where did Tommy come into
Well,
your
the way you said it, I can see when people talk, they almost like project what they're saying. Like right now, Grace is honestly thinking about how to interrupt me.
Dude, wow.
Oh, I'm defensive. I'm defensive.
You said it.
Okay, I love that. I just
You
every time I
admitted
get
it.
around here, you guys always bully everyone, dude.
TK, you can be a little bit cringe and overdoing it sometimes, and
One, okay, one cringe,
and you take a
cringe?
lot of time up, and everybody invests, and then it doesn't really pay off. And like
Wow,
sometimes
I
you can be
love
really
that.
good, but
No.
sometimes you have a problem with that. Yes.
Thank you, Grace. Very well said.
You want to know what cringe is? Giving a shit. How about that?
Is
woman?
it?
It's,
Yeah, but
yeah, I
don't
kind of
know.
agree with you. It's like Jack Talcott just said there. The only time I'm talking is to interrupt and talk over others, and my audio sucked. Well, it's already I figured that, but talking over others, Jack, come on, man.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
your audio is really good, actually.
Yeah, it actually
Now.
sounds great. So, Jack, what was that? Now you shamed him. You did another. Grace does this thing where she shames people for no reason, like calling me cringe and overdoing it. When I overdo
It's not
it.
for no reason. It's valid.
Right.
You do that sometimes.
Yeah. There is a valid explanation for sure.
Everybody has our flaws, especially on panel. Sometimes I can be too dominating. Sometimes people can be passive aggressive. Sometimes you can be cringe. and
Sometimes you
get
can make
much
too many
attention.
fucking lists.
You know? This is part
How
of
the
life.
fuck did you show up with the new hat on, Duck?
This is my my
I'm
bowler. I
sorry,
think
he
these are called
changes
bowler.
more than I
no,
do.
News
He's mad.
boys.
Irish. It looks
Yeah.
Irish to me.
The
Looks
Irish. Irish.
It looks
So I got
I
a
like
question.
it.
I got a
I
question,
like it.
Duck. Duck, would you like to do like a one-on-one, not a debate, but a conversation? You lead the conversation. You say, "Vibe, this is what triggers me when you talk about transgender. This is what triggers me when you talk about politics. This is what triggers me." And we have a conversation, not a debate.
That sounds like literally going through hell. That sounds like I couldn't think of a single thing that I would least like to do. And the reason is because I think you're going to bring ascientific beliefs. I think that the science isn't that interesting because it's really not that new. It's not that complicated. And I think it's going to turn into a political debate where a million miles into the past and the future, no one gives a fuck, as it turns out.
Okay, so I mean, basically, I was just trying to figure out if we could come to a commonality in a civil conversation, and you're saying no. I rather
Right.
just keep on trashing you online in chat.
That isn't at all what I said. I said that
I mean,
would literally.
I know.
propel for me.
I
That was the
conjectured
main
there,
point
but
of
that's
the
what's
first
been
thing I
happening
said.
so far. So I'm trying to figure out how we can come.
Okay,
how we
am
can
I
put an end to it.
fucking joking about having autism? What the fuck is wrong with me? Do my words not
Wait.
mean something?
They do, and I'm not criticizing anything about you right now. I'm saying, hey, do you
I
want to
don't
come
know what the
together
fuck
and
that
have a
means.
conversation?
He's
And I get that, right? I think you would
Duck,
actually enjoy the
Duck,
conversation.
do you know what you're
I
having
think it
trouble
would be
with here?
pleasant.
Duck,
I'm
you're
a pretty
on the
pleasant guy to
spectrum,
talk to.
which means you're on the spectrum, which means you have a hard time picking up social cues. And what Vibe is doing is he is doing something social that's subtle, which is being passive aggressive. And I think you, as an autistic person, are not comprehending what on earth
Interesting.
he's doing. And so you're just saying, like, are you mad at me? Do you like me? I can't
Interesting.
tell what you're doing because you need sort of blunt, strong social cues to pick up what people are trying to tell you.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah. I don't
I'm
think
sorry,
passive
yeah.
aggressiveness goes well with autism. They don't get it. It's like, do you like me or not? I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
actually
Trying
see
to
it as
offer
a
all of
passive
my
aggressive.
You're a
Yeah, I
fucking
think it was pretty honest and genuine. Not trying to be passive aggressive, but trying to communicate and find resolve. That's what I heard.
Well,
I disagree because Vibe said,
Okay.
let's have a conversation about how I triggered you. That's passive aggressive.
It's like a therapy
you know what's also
conversation.
passive
Yeah,
aggressive?
you're
No,
coming
listen,
at it
you
from
know
a
what? No, no,
condescending
no,
point of view.
Fuck you, woman. Because know what they're going to say whenever you give your opinion, Duck. They're going to say this: you're cringe. You're not giving enough.
Calm down.
That was a joke, not a cry.
See, TK's being
So
passive.
what it is this.
Yeah,
Duck, so don't even give him any emotion.
No, he's just being aggressive.
What it is this, Duck. If you're gonna give emotion and you're gonna give this, know what they call that? Oh, that's cringe. You're fucking you're showing too much. And then you don't give anything, and they go, oh, you don't give a fuck. It's a cycle. So Duck, know what? Be yourself. And let these fucking wobblers wobble.
Duck, let me ask you a question. As someone who's diagnosed with autism, do you feel like other people should cater to you socially, or do you feel like you should follow like social things as best you can, and if you can't, admit that you lack that? Or is it somewhere in between?
Great question.
I think we should just move on to the next topic. And
no, that was actually,
So like typically,
Vibe, I wasn't talking
no,
to
this
you.
is a good question.
I know,
It's a good
but
question. This is actually a good question.
I was asking.
Yeah,
Duck
so
a
it
question.
used to be.
okay.
This is so some people remember that it used to be the case that like we just had sort of common respect for each other, and now it's sort of expected that people meet each other in some like grand communal plane, right? And so this is like when I think like I can love all of you a lot, and that is what I try to do. And there's no connotation there. It's just that I love people. And then at the same time, you all annoy me so much, and I not literally, but I think you all are woke and make up your story as you go along, right? That is the point where I would say like, oh my gosh, I sort of fucked the pooch on this one. I messed up. I'm sorry. Right.
But
I'm
you're
not good at
saying
this
what
stuff.
that feeling is like that's the expression of autism. You don't like people in social. That is what autism is, right? You have an aversion to others. So you're saying you mistake that for like a theory that people are making up stories?
Me, myself, and I, and this is just maybe my metabolism too. I would be perfectly happy because I have my own channel, right? I've grown my channel to 1,000 subscribers, not going at it too hard. So like I get something about social media, but I'd be perfectly happy to just sit here and listen for an hour, hang out. When there's like a funny argument or we're fighting or something, I would I'd be perfectly happy to go do that too. But right at the same time, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of context that's easily missed there.
Wait, I got another theory on topic racist theory. Grace, all right, guys, what do you think of this? I think Duck is saying I don't really want to have a close
fucking
relationship.
sunflower seeds, Jack. Take a second.
I'm autistic. I'm not into that. You seem to really want us to end up hugging. I'm not into hugging.
Yeah.
So like just give me some space.
Yeah.
I could see that. He's not really into friendship
Give me a
or
hug,
intimacy.
Ben. Give me a hug.
I can see she
I don't
needs
like
to
it
sneeze.
either.
How about you
I don't
fucking wipe your
like
nose?
it.
And Duck,
You don't have to
why
be
are you
autistic
wearing-
to not
why
want
are
a
you
vibe
talking
from
when
a
I
hug
talk?
from vibe.
Why do you talk when I talk?
Sorry.
Go ahead, TK.
No.
I don't know
It's
what's
GT
going on.
over here. She fucking runs everything. Duck, what's going on with your headphones?
Oh,
Are we using
yeah, these
them?
are
they
the Sony WH-220s or something like that too.
Sure. No.
Yeah.
No.
They're cool headphones. Yeah, I like them.
Are we using them?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I thought they went with the hat
Duck,
and the
I
glasses
wanna-
and the tan color.
Mhm.
Looked good here.
Okay. So you do care about color correspondence with your gear? Because
I
like
love
a
it. It's
man
one of
like
my
Ben
favorite-
doesn't care about that. Like a man like
It's one of
Ben
my
wears a
favorite things to
bacon collar.
do. It's one of my favorite things to do, right?
Don't, Grace. Yeah, exactly. You wipe your
Color.
fucking nose, you jerk.
Duck, in some sense, being on the internet with a cam on, which a lot of non-autistic people don't do,
Yeah.
is a little bit like exposure therapy for you, isn't it?
It is. Well, but why does your
difficult for you.
daughter then do everything that's the opposite of exposure?
Anyways.
No, it's not. Anyways, she's the rudest.
Do you know
woman
what
that I've
exposure
ever met
King,
in
you
my life.
ruin every
TK.
fucking panel you go on.
fucking
Shut
ruin
the
the
fuck up.
You fucking ruin every panel.
Shut the fuck up.
Hi, Jack.
God.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hey, Scott.
Hi,
My
Jack.
favorite.
Let me hijack this motherfucker here. Hi, Jack.
The first
Scott,
time
is that a picture? Is that an outline of you?
Yes. That's it.
We should meet sometime.
She's 4'11". She was in a window. I stuck her in a window.
You seem the type.
She may still be there today. So, Jack, peace be with you, and also with me. How are you doing, buddy?
And with your spirit, as we say now.
How is your spirit? May your spirit be everlasting.
I'm actually feeling like it's time to wrap up. I mean,
Well,
we're nearing 3 hours already, and kind of gotten away from me.
No, what's gotten away from you is fucking when Grace nods her head being like, yeah, it's done. With this fucking
Dude.
look at her. Why don't you kick her off the
Jack,
fucking panel then?
yourself.
If she wants it done, I didn't
Jack.
want it.
Speaking of Grace, it's
Great.
nice to see you tonight, Grace. Nice to see you. How you doing?
Thanks, Scott. I'm doing good.
Good to see you. Want to talk more about that music? Get you into writing lyrics before too long.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're
right.
that guy, yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk to you.
She's
Scott,
congested. How about this? How about you admit you're congested and you don't want to be here tonight?
Scott, can I just ask you a question? I know Jack's wrapping up. As a musician, I've never been a musician. Some people start with the melody and then they add lyrics. Some people start with lyrics, like an idea, and then they add a melody. What's your take on that? Is it?
A lot of songs I've written in the form of or fashion that Michael Jackson wrote his songs, where I'd hear the music and then I'd come up with my own melody line as an extra instrumental in my head, and then interject the words into that.
Plus the kids you have over also.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the Valley. It's the Valley Ranch. You know,
They're your muses.
there you go. Every poet needs a muse.
14 kids in a bed. You know, how do you write songs with that? Just kidding.
Look, it's the Jesus juice.
So Michael Jackson does what? He's got the music in his head.
Yeah.
Then he adds lyrics as another instrument. You're
They'll
saying?
come up. Yeah, he adds the melody. He comes up. All right, you hear just a song, and then he'll just start going.
He's like TK. I do that.
But what would you say is the essence of a song? Are you trying to communicate something, right? Like loss or longing or
Ben, I'll be honest,
bitterness?
most of the songs that I've written in the past have been channeled through me, and when I start, I don't really have an idea what's going to come out.
Interesting.
And they end up the way they end up.
Yeah.
The more you try and force something, the more it ends up being hard to write.
Fuck it up. Yeah.
Interesting. But you want to comprehend what's coming through you at least.
No. The comprehension part is the part that
TK, you don't. When have you written?
What do you think? Me? I don't know. You're a fucking fake man, dude.
Relax, TK. Relax. Ben, you're gonna know what you're writing as you're writing it, because it's gonna start to take shape and make form, you know. But at the same time, if you're forcing it, forcing it, it ends up being harder to write.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to make it go in a certain direction, you don't really have the I
dig it. I love artists in the sense they talk about that language. Like I don't roll that way where like I just have something, you know what I mean? Like I dig it though that someone just has an image that, like my son, he's an artist, he just starts creating an image, you know, and I'm like, what's the idea? And he's like, it's not really about that.
There's something inside you that's gonna come out, and as it comes out, you see it.
Well, that happens to me all the time, but that's just taking a leak.
Okay, can you do
have you ever made artwork because you're like 6'8" and like maybe it's maybe it's something that you didn't expect or see in yourself, where there's something even more creative that you just haven't uncovered yet?
Yeah, I'm not really super creative that way. I'm just saying other people do it. I admire it. I consume it, but I just don't know. Like I'm always
where did it
come
to
from?
me?
You know?
To me, I think it takes ambition. I think it takes ambition, and to have something that you've. It's not like suffrage. It's not that suffrage causes passion, but it does take like to be downtrodden before you're gonna be beautiful. And I do think that is a thing. So Ben is
I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my head, give me time spent with you.
Yeah,
laughing like children.
So like a big, sexy white guy.
But TK, don't make music, so shut up.
I don't make music.
Do you? Between the sheets,
lost
maybe.
Your mind.
You make music? All right, let's hear your song.
I make everything.
Well, let's hear.
Why
one
don't
of
you
your
see?
tunes.
That's another thing about your
Do you want me to do a
fucking
beat?
daughter that you guys don't even fucking ever pay attention to. You have right fucking in your life. Dude.
Let's hear it. Give me a taste.
What are you
Every
doing?
day I try. Every day I'm here. Yeah, I am into when I come to ya. That was off the top, dude.
Oh, Jack, do you know who that is, Miss Hayes?
Oh,
She's a foot
fuck that
model.
stinky
Very-
toe chick.
very charismatic young lady.
What
that
are
we've
you
met.
crazy?
That's very cool that she came around here because she's cool. She's
What
very,
about,
very
what about
related.
this
I love
one?
that.
Do you
You know what
guys,
I-
do you guys
TK
remember this one? Wait, real quick. I remember the first time that she said, maybe I can do this on my own. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And despite all the reassurances and reoccurrences, you will not be alone.
Hey,
Do you guys know
Yeah,
that
I
one?
never heard that. Sounds good.
Because I
Never
woke
heard
up in a car. I traced away the fog till I could see the Mississippi on her knees. And I've never been so lost. I've never felt so much at home. Please write my folks and throw away my keys. Because I woke up in a car.
That's cute.
You know,
I like
you
that.
seem like you could be one of those clap hey guys, you know? Like
I
Mumford
love
and Sons.
that you give
You have that look.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You
Very
belong
good.
to me. I belong to you. Da-da.
What are you?
It's cool.
Was that
They all look
Barney?
like Duck. They all those guys.
Yes. Get him a
That
little
was
blood, a little
Barney.
Bit of a
flannel.
banjo.
Yeah.
What?
Ben,
Fucking
it seems
hate-
like yesterday
fucking hate you,
that
Grace.
I
I
heard you
gotta
say
know. You guys are
that
fucking.
I had
You're
it
an
all.
asshole, dude. You guys
And
have a
then we'd
great night.
be
Vibe?
together all
No, I'm out of here.
summer long.
GT,
Driving
JT,
down in
thank you. No, why are you still talking? I'm out of here.
He's
Truth or
singing.
cop, thank you. Fuck you, Ben.
He's
Thank
serenading.
you,
Fuck you,
Vibe.
TK.
Thank you. Fuck you. And Grace,
Sorry,
You're the
Jack.
We'll get out of your
I
way
had
too,
it.
Jack. I know you want to wrap. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Much love. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Jack, we're here to spin you. We're here. You know, we're just having fun, but we're not trying to hurt you.
Yeah,
We're just-
what was interesting there is like Ben took off with Grace. Nice to have us, Jack. He was like he spoke for both of them after saying that Grace and Jack should work out things. And then they both take off together. Great job, Ben.
Way to go, Mr. Snow. Jack, so back to you. You are wanting to wrap it up. You have plans, hot date? What's going on?
Good night, Scott. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you, my brother. He will drag it on for quite a while, but thank you. Vibe and Duck. Oh, and look at the pup. We're all similar and different, right? We all care very deeply. I believe there's a strong vein of honor that's in each of us, right? Thank you. Thank you both for sharing this experience. And I trust our own individual paths, searching for the answers, searching for the truths. It brought us to where we are. And I feel like we're just getting started. Thoughts
I'm
from
excited. Yeah, I would just I would reiterate my testimony from a little earlier today, and say that the ways in which we're similar, to me can make the ways in which we're different more attractive, and also kind of build the shared bonds we're looking for, and a grounded faith in when Live Without Fear talks about God, that's the same God we all have. And so to me, the sort of thing that we do is we come together and we celebrate and we respect people for their beliefs, whether or not they're good or not. And that's it.
Much love to you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm going to drop you out and continue this
Bye.
out. Peace. Duck's Y, for those who don't yet know. Truth or
Shoot.
cop?
I was going to say before you drop him out, but never mind. Go ahead, truth crop.
Well, great to. I never seen Duck and talked to him at all, really. So, I mean, I've seen him, but never talked to him. So, interesting engagement, and fun panel, Jack. You've been on a roll this week, man. And Vibe, I see where you're coming from for the most part. I do see the passive aggressiveness.
Oh yeah, I'm the master of passive aggressive. I'll admit it. It's part of the thing I do. Yeah, I mean it's part of who I am in real life too, right? I mean, I call it stoic. A lot of people call it passive aggressive.
No, and whatever. No fault to you for that. I do see what they're saying. So, and wonderful, Jack. Great to see you, and Vibe. Great to see you. I believe we talked before. At least once, so great. Great to talk to you again, Jack. Be well. And that thing we talked about, Jack, tomorrow. Let's go.
Got it in the calendar. Good things coming up. Great things are coming up. Thank you, brother. Have a good night. Peace. Vibe. Thank you. Final thoughts from you.
Yeah, I apologize. It went so off topic because I was enjoying the original topic when I came in. I know it got crazy. I tried to stay quiet, and you know me, I have a hard time staying quiet sometimes. I do want to close out because I've been trying to offer this olive tree to Duck, and not to make Duck look bad. I would like to have a one-on-one with him privately that nobody sees, just him and I just talking, right? And I have a funny feeling after that, we'll probably come to the conclusion that we disagree on a lot of things, but we're actually not enemies. So hopefully Duck accepts that. I don't need views. We don't need to put this on the internet. We don't need to put it on YouTube. It's okay if he doesn't I'm not looking to change him, but for him and me to understand that our views, we both are valid, whatever. So yeah, I'd like to see that. And once again, thanks, Jack. I know I challenge you. Hopefully tomorrow, I know where you're going. I don't think you did last week, but that's that. Like I said, that's your journey, the thing you're doing. That's not part of my journey. So whatever you do there, and because I am on YouTube, I have to be a YouTube whore and say, don't forget to subscribe to Vibe on YouTube. So anybody that liked what I said or hate what I said and want to trash me, I like the people that trash me better than the people that like me. Subscribe to Vibe on YouTube.
Much love, respect, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you again for swinging through. We've got another one who's been in the back for a long time. Zillzone, you're still here.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of just listening from back there. But yeah, no, that was a great stream, Jack. And I know you get tired because these are long for you. Being the host, I've been the host before. It sucks sometimes, man. You just gotta sit there and just. But no, you were getting donations. There were a lot of viewers. That was good for your channel, dude. That's what I was saying from the back channel. Anyways, but peace to everybody. Grace and peace to you from Jesus Christ, the only true way to heaven. The only true way to God the Father is through Jesus.
Okay.
And that's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you sticking around. And just because I don't know,
Hello.
Mr. Bible Criticizer, I've seen you in the back for a bit. And
yeah, I just wanted to pop on because I see some of your guests was talking about the Bible, Jesus is the true God, and sometimes trying to resolve conflict under the Bible. But then I got verses in the Bible that doesn't really show God as very peaceful. I got two verses. One of them is about in a war zone. One of them is about abuse. Which one do you want me to go by? If you, I'll just bring.
Is there a reason?
So God can't be peaceful, and he in the Bible, and he cannot stop war because, let's say, for example, in Deuteronomy 22, 28, 29, New International Version. Let me pull up the screens as evidence so people don't say I'm lying.
Can we do this another time? I know you tried to get in earlier. My apologies for not taking a chance with you.
I'll just say it quickly.
Yeah.
So it says it. I'm gonna say in a way that it don't sound too strong. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married, and asks her, and they are discovered, you know what I mean by SO, sexual assault, he must pay her father 50 shekels of silver, he must marry the young woman, for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. So you can't really go to the Bible to, talk about peace, because that's forcing a woman to do things. And what does the Bible do? Makes him marry her as a punishment.
What are you doing? I mean, are you making yourself feel better?
No. And then if you go to if you talk about war zone, like the United States and Israel bombing Iran, I could say that United States, Donald Trump is a Christian. I could say Israel is a Jewish. So if we go by numbers, that's in the Old Testament. The Jews follow it, the Christians follow it. Numbers 31:17. Now kill all the boys and kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save for yourself every girl who has never slept with a man. And that comes to the understanding of little girls. So you take the little girls for yourselves and kill all the little boys and kill the men and the women who slept with a man.
Okay.
This proves what the Americans are doing and the Israelis are doing. They're following the Bible by killing innocent people. This is what they did in Palestine, and the Jews did rape women.
And so then what? So now that then what? I mean, what is this? You're going through all of this. What's the next step?
The next step is that the Americans should stop being terrorists and fighting over religion, using the Bible to commit murder, and the Israelis should be doing the same thing.
Sure, agreed. So let's do something with that idea. What do you think?
Okay, let's do something.
Let's do it next time. Okay, because seriously, that is what I'm about, is finding a way. Let's get the American government, all these state nations, let's get everything under control, reclaiming the world in the name of and the ways of love.
Yeah.
The ways of Jesus, really.
I wouldn't say the ways of the Bible and Jesus.
I know. You are Mr. Bible Criticizer. I want to thank you for swinging through, but this has been a long stream for me, and maybe you can connect again in the future. I am going to start wrapping this up. Sincerely to all who have joined the panel, the live stream, the chat, the viewers, whether you tune in later, God bless you. I sincerely do appreciate you. Today, what an amazing day. It's an interesting day. We discussed some of the conflicts. We reviewed a little bit of the conflicts. We repeated some of the conflicts, but I believe we're on the path to resolving the conflicts. Behind all of these conflicts is a peace in the knowing of the peace beyond the understanding, right? It's just this, goodness that's waiting. The heavenly realm is for us. I'm going to wrap it up here sincerely. Someone asked earlier, am I sending us anywhere next? Yes. I'm going to bounce us over to a larger place than me, but a guy I do think I'm supposed to talk to over there at the Crucible. They're running, and so please share some love if you go that way. Till next time, brothers and sisters, thank you again. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless. Peace.